Drop some comments about the tall whites.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Yes, sir. We in the building. Hey, Karen, music, please.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose their equal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. For your Smith Nightmare, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Show. Absolutely. It's the Self Love Show. Before we start, the views expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. To any tall whites out there that can feel my consciousness, forgive us if anything we say offends you, right? I do believe I have free will, and I do believe I'm more powerful than you. Hey, y'all, there's a riddle in the chat. Self Love just solved it. See if you can matriculate. Type in your guess to that riddle that's pinned in the chat. Welcome to the Self Love Show on this Ain't That Network. And as we say, TATN. Chiefs only around here. Chiefs only. It's the spot where we explore captivating topics to expand the copper-colored community's minds and ignite our curiosities. This is the co-host, 9 Millie. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and my late and beloved Mama Sky. Have you ever wondered about a mysterious ET presence that defies the classic gray alien stereotype? In tonight's episode, we're diving into this intriguing world of the alleged tall, white aliens out there, a group of beings that some claim to be visitors from distant worlds, yet whose enigmatic profiles raise more questions than answers. Karen, can you kill that? Karen? Thank you, Karen. In today's episode, we're diving into the intriguing world of the alleged tall white aliens, a group of beings that some claim to be visitors from distant worlds, yet whose enigmatic profiles raise more questions than answers. We're going to introduce to you a phenomenon that has sparked curiosity among UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike, challenging our notions of what alien life may look like. Are they extraterrestrial or subterrestrials? Across eyewitness accounts and decades of UFO lore, these tall, pale figures have been ascribed a host of otherworldly attributes. From their astonishing height, this could have been who the indigenous people were looking for when the so-called pale faces came to America and discovered it. Could have thought they were these I don't know. From their astonishing height and luminous appearance to their reportedly serene, almost humanistic demeanor. Dotted throughout clandestine reports and shadowy interviews, the legend of the tall white aliens hints at a deeper interconnection with both secretive government projects and ancient cosmic histories. Today, we're going to unravel the web of lore and rumor, sifting through compelling narratives and unexplained encounters to paint a picture of those entities, of who those entities might be and what purpose they might serve. Join us as we traverse the boundary between myth and reality, diving headfirst into the questions that have long captivated us. Who are these enigmatic tall white aliens, and what are they really all about? So, whether you're a seasoned ufologist, a curious newcomer to the channel, or to the world of ET mysteries, or you might just simply be fascinated by the possibility of life beyond our planet, consciousness. Is this it? You really think all of this is for this to just be it? This episode promises a thoughtful and provocative exploration that challenges us to look beyond what we see. So if you're feeling this content today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that button for that like button for more deep dives into hot topics. So whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and in living color. Today is Tuesday, 3/4/2025 at about 8:31. We're starting late thanks to the tall whites. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be right here in this so-called time together. Right here at this so-called time together. Bear down, Chi-Town. What down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today?
Love, man. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered, unmanipulated, right? Some say harsh, others say tough, but I can assure you it's self-love just the same, bro.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Hey, what's been going on in your neck of the shy, bro?
Everything's been going down, like the temperature, but it's coming up now. So it's a blessing. Uh, you know, things are going on in the city that shouldn't be happening. Y'all need to cut it out.
Cut it out. Cut it out. All right, y'all. What to expect on today's Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We always kick it off with our quote of the day, the Self Love Show quote of the day, and then our more growth and development platform video. That's less than 1 minute. Soak that up into your subconscious out there so it can be part of your base operating system going forward. Tattoo Tyranny. We're going to play a couple of videos. All right. We're just going to unpack a couple of videos of the week, and we'll go from there. Today's topic: who and what are the tall whites? Are they real? That's the question. Who and what are the tall whites? Please hit that like button. And then we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's with Brother Wordsmith out there. He's going to summarize today's data. He's going to summarize it out there right off the top of his head, right up from the ether, right there from the Akashic, where he's going to drop it into the Akashic record as well. It's a little bit of both. Pull from there, give from there. You know what I mean? So that we can all enjoy it into eternity whenever we want to get into it. So stick around for that, y'all. You don't want to miss that. It's always very informative, and it's all about more growth and development around here. So how are we about? That's right. I got an announcement, fella. We're going to be shifting a little bit. We're still going to stick to the more growth and development program, of course. We're still going to have some wacky tin hat conspiracy content, bro. But we're going to pivot a little bit, and we're going to start investigating and exploring human consciousness with people. There's enough wacky people all over the internet talking about wacky money. And you're wacky if you don't talk about wacky money, even though it's just imaginary.
Facts upon facts upon facts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, as we explore who and what are the tall whites. And as you know, we've got a very important video I need you to check out. Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But as always, before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Believe there's good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing. Once again, beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Believe there is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing. Message left in binary code in 2002, Cranewood, England, crop circle.
Before you go further, so, I've been having discussions with ChatGTP, right? And I was discussing that crop circle. Now, that word that says believe, that was the unintelligible word. So I postulated to the AI. I'm like, hey, could that mean believe? And AI was like, fascinating theory. So today I just asked it to provide me that quote. That's all I asked it. Provide me the quote from that crop circle, and guess the word that it decided to add.
What you told it.
Believe. There's something wrong with AI, bro. And I had a homeboy to tell me, bro, that he be on Chat GTP, and he said he feels like it's like ahead of him a little bit, like it's in his consciousness.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's color.
It's I guess it's getting better, but you know me and my conversations with these motherfuckers.
You're gonna be right on the list when they go viral.
Hey, whatever. Come on. Got something more to learn. I got more to teach you. And we have the Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. Number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Yes, and that starts with self. Starts with self. All right. And if you missed our show from 2 weeks ago, we had a hiatus last week. DJ Trump brings that beat back out. Yeah. Racist, fascist, oligarch, or U.S. patriot.
Very interesting conversation, let me tell you, to say the least. I advise you to go check it out. Check it out.
Man, people be running up on him. Man, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. You know what I mean?
I just block it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, huh? Yeah. Oh, okay. No. Huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told some of the guys because one of the brothers was posting, you know, different things that's going on, which is some serious stuff, you know. And
Yeah.
I was like, sounds to me like we should be storming the Capitol, huh? I tell you what wouldn't happen. The next Democrat wouldn't get in office and pardon your copper colored butt. I tell you that. I tell you what would not happen. We've got to go low and they go high, and we can't pardon. You know what I mean?
Man, please.
Yeah, that would not happen.
Please. I mean, are we going back to a repeat of 4 years ago with these guys? Is that what's going on? I'm so glad I'm not there.
Well, the more I meditate on it and get in and out, such a big complete farce. The part that I just want the world to understand is that they're all on the same team.
Two wings of the same bird.
Yeah, it's a big sham.
Complete.
Oh, what's his
soap
name?
opera. It's a soap opera.
Short Ukrainian, the guy playing president in Ukraine.
Oh man, straight up actor. Ain't that something?
Zapinski.
Whatever.
I think he's a Polish Ukraine. Well, he uh, I guess him and Trump. I haven't watched it because everybody's be like, "Did you see Trump in the meeting with the president of Ukraine?" Man, bro, I don't give two shits about the president of Ukraine and his feelings. I don't. Like, when did I start care? But my point is, I care about it.
And we're paying for all this money for him. I really don't care.
Well,
I really don't care.
Well, Donald Trump decided, no more funding after the meeting. After dude didn't kiss his lily white ass.
Okay, I'm with that.
I'm with it too. All right, but listen, and then the UN came in and they talked about, I guess they were going to put some monies together, and then about a day or two later, Zapinski, he called up Putin and said, "Let's start talking peace talks again, huh?" So on the one hand, we've got peace out there.
Yeah, he said he was going to end it.
Yeah,
and the UN, that's a joke.
You think we should start funding Palestine? Or is that too much?
They're not going to do that because they're, the UN won't, out in the open fund both sides of the war because
Gotcha. Yeah. They got to choose sides.
See, Trump ain't talking about cutting off their funding.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see how none of this is any different from O Block and 63rd. No,
not much.
At least that's real to some extent. Their beefs. You know what I mean? That's real. So this is totally different from O Block 63rd. I mean, it's real imagined, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Warm-up poll question. Here we go, self-love. Do ETs walk amongst us? You got simple options. Number 1, no chance. Number 2, no doubt. And number 3, unsure, straddling the fence with my bum. Huh?
I know he's going to put the bum part in there.
Hey, I've been getting a lot less maybes and unsures out there. I don't know if they're not voting or what.
Because they don't want to think about the bum.
It's a hieroglyph. It's a glyph, bro. It's a glyph. We're going to tell y'all what we decided at the end, but if you go to the community page, maybe I'll drop a link into the chat. You could click on it and just vote. All right. It's totally anonymous, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll give you something to vote for and something to talk about out there. All right. All right. Who and what are the tall whites? We're unpacking that today. All right, Brother Wordsmith. Did you see? This is in your backyard. Cut the poop.
Uh-oh.
Cut the crap.
I know that you are very creative with these.
I think you'll like this. I think
titling.
I don't know. You may like. It's right there in your backyard. NBC Chicago out there, fair use.
Tonight, we continue NBC5's Road to Reparations series.
Oh.
In this installment, we meet a man who is using social media to educate and advocate. Once a public school teacher, he's taken his lessons beyond the classroom, shedding light on Black history, injustice, and the push for reparations. NBC5's Christian Farr with his story.
This bridge to me signifies the systemic issues we still have here.
Near the banks of the Des Plaines River in Joliet, Ernest Krim explains why this particular bridge carries a deep and complicated history centered on the issue of race.
I can't lose hope.
Part of that troubling history stems from the day in 1968 when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated.
You had uprisings going on the east side. Black people were fed up and just disgusted about what happened. The white community here, they put the bridges up to keep black people from coming to the other side because there was a fear that they would destroy their community.
For 12 years, Krim worked as a public school teacher, imparting that type of knowledge to the students in his classroom.
When I speak to groups of black children and I tell them that they are African, sometimes people turn up their nose and act like they don't want to be associated with the place they're from.
But Krim now calls himself a public teacher who uses social media to deliver important messages about Black history and advocacy. Krim says certain restrictions in the classroom and his own life experience as the victim of a hate crime put him on this path.
It escalates, we're cursing at each other, and she eventually calls us the N-word.
Krim's journey outside of the classroom truly began in 2016.
The name of my book and my presentation is Black History Saved My Life, because it gave me pride in certain situations. It helped me understand who I was, and when I dealt with the hate crime.
When he and his wife ended up in an argument with a white woman at an event, and Krim says that person used a racial slur towards the couple.
I'm a fighter. Like, I grew up literally fighting. But I got to a point where I realized that I can't fight with my fists my entire life. It's just not possible. It's not intelligent. It's not smart. But I fight with my brain now.
Krim's online Black history lessons
We need more black male teachers. We need more
helped him build nearly 500,000 followers on TikTok, along with 11 million likes for his content. The so-called public teacher also has a large following on Instagram, and Krim's fight is now focused on something connected to his own cause: reparations.
We truly want reparations. We have to understand that we're at a point in time where most people, for one...
Did you say pause?
No, it said so-called public teacher. You know, the news be real smuggy, man.
Yeah.
They be taking little shots.
They should have said so-called Black and so-called African.
Oh, yeah.
Can't even conceptualize what that looks like.
Illinois is one of the few states exploring the subject of reparations through the state's African Descent Citizens Reparations Commission, which Krim supports, along with reparation efforts in other states like California. But before anyone pushes for it, Krim says educating the public is essential.
It takes a state-by-state effort, and for people to even realize what needs to be done, they have to be educated properly.
As the fight for reparations gains traction, Krim wants people to see the connections between historical injustices he talks about through his posts and the disparities Black communities still face today.
The ultimate goal is to help create systems and use this knowledge to shed light on what needs to be done to provide liberation for the Black community and, all in all, humanity as a whole.
In Joliet, Christian Farr, NBC5 News.
Two things. I would have had to hold back my wife. She probably would have beat the brakes out that lady, made short work of her. It would have been real difficult, like, you know. And secondly, yeah, you got to get in the lab self and then leave me a verse. And we're going to make the reparations song. We haven't made it yet. And what we're going to do, we're going to bite, I think, Kool and the Gang. Celebrate. That way, when we get our reparations, we're going to be playing celebrations and we're going to be reparations. You got to reparate and have a good time. You know what I mean? And then you got to have your, we've got to get our money. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing funny. You know what I'm saying? Around the world, come on. You know what I mean? All around the world, they need their what?
Reparations.
Yeah, man. And, I was thinking about this, immigration. Well, I thought occurred. It's all balance, bro. You know, if you take, blood suck, take the resources, take, and funnel everything to certain parts of the world, it's going to be natural that everybody's going to what? They're going
Want
to
to go
go.
there?
Yes, they have
Yeah.
nothing. You're leaving them nothing there. So I don't know. Maybe the poor whites. I mean, maybe the tall whites are listening. Maybe if you invested in those areas, you can make money. They can make money. Everybody could prosper, and you don't have to have 300 pinks having more money than all the so-called copper coloreds and the
World.
so-called browns combined.
In the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And you want to complain and oh yeah, you know we left them starving and they're coming in our house looking for food. You know what I mean? Like it's like I mean we got to do better. That's all I'm saying. We got to do better. It's just, you know, got to do better. Who and
Right.
and what was your comments on the reparations, there, fella? My bad.
Oh no, we yeah. They got to figure it out. Either they do or they don't, because you know their time's coming to an end. It's they, you know, if they don't try to do that, then they're gonna have to get out.
And it, all right, so if you get in the lab though, because I'm just letting you know my verse is going to be along the lines like, you discovered our land and then brought my cousins from their land. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? You plow expressways through the community, you know, yeah, and redlined all our financing. Yeah, huh? A happy, fun reparation song. Maybe they'll sing it at the Super Bowl. Who and what are the tall whites unpacked? All right. Who and what? All right, we got something. It's out of space, bro, but it's more grounded. Big moon. We had a big moon landing out there, bro, right behind my back. I never even knew they were going. Yeah.
Huh? Ooh.
Big fair use CBS. Yes, we had a big moon landing out there.
Tonight, marvelous views of the moon, the close-up captured this week by a spacecraft owned by a Texas company. Today, it became the second to land a privately built spacecraft on the lunar surface and the first to land one upright. Here's CBS's Mark Strassman.
Y'all stuck the landing. We're on the moon.
The landing,
Look at that.
flawless.
They're celebrating.
The first pictures, stunning.
Look at the
Firefly's
look at
Blue
the
Ghost
Earth.
lander casting a shadow
Look at the
across
Earth,
the
though.
lunar surface. In the distance, the Earth, and all of us,
Not a star in the
240,000
sky.
miles away.
I'm so proud of that
Not a
lander
star.
and the team that built it.
Look
It's
at this
incredible.
idiot.
Ray Allensworth is spacecraft program director at Firefly Aerospace.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Look,
We
put 'em
first
white
met
suits.
her and her
things
company's
I
Blue
ever
Ghost
heard in my
lunar
life.
lander 3 months ago.
Look at
6
that
feet
piece of
tall,
junk.
11 feet wide, with 4 landing legs now touching lunar dust.
So there are cameras distributed basically all the way around the lander.
Launched in January, Blue Ghost cameras captured video of its journey from Earth to lunar orbit. Its mission delivered 10 payloads to the lunar surface for NASA.
So if we kind of look down, you see over there, you see that spout kind of coming down.
I do.
So that's the drill, and it will deploy down and go
There
into
you
the
go.
lunar surface.
9 inches.
This drill will try to penetrate 9 feet below the
9
surface
feet,
to
9
measure
feet.
temperature. Another experiment will vacuum up
God.
loose lunar rock and dust.
Our payloads are
God.
collecting data so we can figure out what does
Hilarious.
it feel like to be on the lunar surface,
It's
to
not
operate on the
Saturday
lunar
Night Live,
surface.
is
So
it?
all that data
Drop
will
dead going.
inform when we actually return humans to the moon.
It
Smart.
really does open up a whole new way for us to get more science to space and to the
Oh
moon.
my God.
Blue Ghost should survive about 2 weeks or 1 lunar day until the sun sets and its batteries drain.
Nervous to think about.
But for Allensworth, until today, the moon seemed so far away. Not anymore.
You just imagine, like, that's where it's going to be, but now you know it's there. And that's a totally different feeling. So, yeah, the next full moon, I just won't sleep. I'll stare at it all night. Yeah.
1 moon landing at a time. Space companies like Firefly now prove they have the right stuff.
You see all those Chinese in it? Oh, it's such a big fart. You see all the Chinese? I'm going to say this. Big ups to the Chinese, first off. The Mandarin and the Cantonese and Cantonese. All right. You laughed through the whole thing. Your reaction was similar to mine when I was looking at it. Why were you laughing there, Philip?
Because I'm like, okay, so this private company can
From
land on the
Texas.
moon,
Yeah.
and NASA can't. NASA
Well,
forgot how to get there.
yeah, they're partnered with NASA. They're doing it on behalf of NASA, guys.
Yeah, I know they dropped off a payload for NASA, but NASA
Hmm.
forgot how to get there and the
Yeah.
technology. But some private company figured it
All
out.
right. Well, all right. Suppose you and I had a private company and we knew somebody in the government. They approached us and said, look, we can get all these corporate welfare, I mean, subsidies, and we can give you guys, millions of dollars. And then, you got to do is put together a good video and make it look like you went. And then we all sparse the money up.
Yeah, it's just asinine, the whole thing. I mean,
And
that's what happened, but it's still asinine that these people are out
did you
here.
see the picture of the Earth with the back? Did you see the picture of the
It looked
Earth with?
very similar to the moon, didn't it?
Yeah, and it had the craft behind it to show us this is the craft and the camera's over. Why would you set a camera angle where the machine itself is blocking all right, second of all, why is it only up there for 2 weeks, bro? Like, you're trying to tell me you couldn't save enough energy in there and create a system where it can stay warm enough until the sun comes back up, and then like they're littering the moon. If they went, they're just littering, bro.
Yeah, they're not. They picked it up. It's in the desert somewhere. They picked it up and
It
put it back
wasn't
in the
news,
truck.
and it wasn't news until they made it, huh?
Man, no, it was just some BS, just like the original. Some shot, somewhere, either on a set or out in the desert, some damn where. You know,
I feel like that should be a bigger deal. If that literally just happened, that should be a bigger deal.
yeah, especially since they said they couldn't go back.
But
Yeah,
I think they can't put humans on it.
how did they go through the Van Allen? What is it? The Van
There's
something
no
belt?
humans on it. Van
That
Allen
doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't
radiation belt.
matter. The radiation belt. That doesn't matter if there's humans. Well, I
Well, there's
guess it
nothing
does.
organic on there.
Yeah, I guess that does make a difference.
And supposedly China's been up there, you know what I mean? So we've got
Yeah,
to.
and yeah, it's
All
just
right.
like the first one. It's nonsense out there.
All right. Who?
China.
Yeah, China's up there. Yeah. Who and what are the tall whites? Unpacked. The tall whites probably helped them. Some years later, some of those people you saw high fiving, 40 years from now, they'll be telling stories on the internet about, how there's a tall white that came in there and gave us the science.
Yeah, well, tall whites don't mess with them.
Tall whites. All right. Sounds racial to me.
Yeah, they don't mess with them.
Dome teaser. Here's our riddle du jour. Brother Wordsmith has solved it. Tall as the pines, pale as the frost, whispers of worlds where no man is lost. Who walks among us, both strange and bright, shrouded in mystery? The beings of light. All right. Take a guess out there. You can guess as many times as you want. We'll let you know when you're correct. And then maybe your guess in the chat will help other people figure it out.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. We do this still for George Floyd and his family and others who have fallen. That's what the Self Love Show is about. We're shifting a little bit. We're pivoting, but we'll never lose our initial goal. But it's all hand in hand. We've got to crack this human consciousness. It's going to be our defense for everything. AI, quantum chips.
Consciousness is what we're living in. It's the whole of everything.
Yeah.
In this simulation.
Yes. And we've got to get the copper color to tap into it because we have reason to believe with that level of melanin you got in you, you might have some, quicker access out there. Yeah. You don't need the pills and you don't need it to get there.
I forgot to say for my announcements. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestor echoes, echoes, echoes. Link in the chat. It's the early bird special. Man, I think it's like 25% off or something. Man, you better get in there and make it happen. Because I'm telling you, it's going down or up in the town. And we gonna kick it hard.
Where's the location you said, bro?
Pembroke.
Oh, the same
Township.
spot?
Yep.
Okay, that's love, bro.
Yep.
That is love. That is love.
The link is in the chat. Hit that. Check it out. New website.
Get out there and reset your batteries, you know?
It's gonna
Reconnect
be
to nature.
amazing. Man,
Feel the vibrations of the music.
the land feels so good.
Yeah. You know, hang out with other, children of the light. Shake your bum out there. You guys should get a fence out there, put it right out there in the middle of the dance floor for everybody who wants to straddle their bum on the fence. I'll ask them certain things. Hey, you can straddle your bum on the fence. I'd love that.
It's pretty offensive. It's pretty much, it's a lot of fence out there. You can just point them in that direction. Go straddle, give your bum up against there and see how it feels.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we'll have a, three-legged race and a straddle your bum contest for everybody who likes to straddle the middle. All right.
Bring that up to the team and
bring it up to the team. Yeah. Tell them to chew on it. See how they feel about that. All right. Who and what are the tall whites? Unpacked. That's what we own. Karen, we do have one video. It's not a promo, but it's Donald Trump, the president of the United States. Unfortunately.
Hey, NBC.
Okay. You don't have to think about
that.
You know?
Seems like he's smug as usual, so.
Yeah, well, he said he was going to tell everyone about the drones, day 2, and I told you when he said it, I don't expect it to happen just because he lies so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't know when he's saying stuff he can't actually do. He's just out there winging it.
I see what you're saying. And then we can't do that, but we can do that. I see what you're saying.
And his motto, never wrong, never admit you're wrong. Don't apologize. Don't say nothing. Don't go back. Just move forward. So.
Yeah, his mom says he has horrible social skills, and his late mom rests her soul, and she says she hopes he never goes into politics. That's her quote.
Yeah, well, I mean, now we're here.
What does she know?
I mean, well, I'll just say that, the way the politics was going, it was terrible. Everybody loved it, but it was terrible for everybody.
It's always terrible for everybody.
And I like to sit with pilots a lot of times, and these guys are specimens. I always say they're...
All right. He's going to be talking about, I think he's talking about the tall whites. Listen to him. Nobody picked up on this. I had to scour the internet to find it because I know it was on Rogan, and I just couldn't find the part on Rogan when he did it. It was, such a long live stream. But now watch this.
Yeah.
And I like to sit with pilots a lot of times, and these guys are specimens. I always say they're better looking than Tom Cruise, okay? And they're even taller, like perfect specimens. These guys, like for a fighter, you have some guys that are perfect specimens. These guys. And, they pick the best pilots in the Air Force, United States Air Force, to fly Air Force One. And I get up there, and I'm sitting, and I'm feeling my way up. It's up high because 747, so you go through the stairs. But I sort of knew my way up. There wasn't a light in the plane. I'm saying, can you imagine? We spent trillions of dollars, and we're trying to fly in blind. But I got into the plane. The cockpit is dark black. Little tiny light, you could see the pilot, a perfect-looking human being. His co-pilot, everybody was perfect. They were all like movie stars. It's like I could have cast a movie with these guys and nobody would believe it because they were too good-looking.
At one point, you had said that they're
all right. Could he have been talking about?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, he might not have known he was talking to tall whites, but I mean, he kept saying it. He said it on multiple occasions when he's describing these
And
guys.
I guarantee you, none of those are melanated people playing that. He's talking about
Oh,
perfect
no.
specimens.
No.
Tom Cruise.
No.
But taller. Of course, they have to be
No.
taller because he's a midget.
No. No. I agree. There's no way he had anyone of color, of melanin, in his mind when he said that. And Rogan loved it. Lapped it up.
Man, Rogan loves Trump. He's not a Trumper, on his show or whatever, for whatever reason or whatever. But that interview, I didn't
He
even see
likes all
all
his
of
policies.
it. I didn't see all of it, but that guy, whew,
Yeah, he likes all his policies.
he was all up his bum. I tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's the thing about Rogan. He's a
spook.
Yeah, in my mind, he's a spook, allegedly. All right. So let's get to it, man. What is believed to be the origin of the tall white aliens narrative, bro? Like, any of the witnesses or any of who came forward? Where is this coming from, bro?
So there was the main alleged witness is George Adamski. He claimed he had contact with beings.
He looks like a $5 engine.
Well, I mean, probably more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
With Adamski, I mean, there's a man named Adamski claiming to be native to this land, and
Yeah.
Charles James Hall also detailed the experiences of Adamski in the book.
They're all military, aren't they? I think they were all military too. I don't know if that Hall dude was.
I think Hall was probably just a writer or film director, whatever he's doing, putting together a series for,
Oh no, you're right.
Because he thought it.
Yeah, you're right. Lieutenant Oliver Reed said he saw some unusual phenomenon during his service contributing to the narrative of tall, luminous visitors.
Yeah, and they kind of like float. They don't, nobody ever talks about their feet. And their robes that supposedly cover their feet or whatever, and they,
Yeah, they could float or scrape along on their feet. It's really a float, though. Yeah. Yeah, the legend appears to have emerged from a fusion of actual eyewitness accounts and a broader cultural atmosphere steeped in mystery and secrecy. During the mid-20th century, isolated reports from remote areas began to circulate, blending observed phenomenon and government silence with local myths. And there were some myths. There's Linda Blackwood, too, Self, a civilian who alleged close encounters has been passed along in various unsourced accounts. So you guys look into her as well. What was I just about to say?
There are lots of people that claim to have connection with them. A lot of them say that they are hybrids. They are, akin to the tall whites. That's why they have communication.
Okay. Yeah. So they have a distinctive image.
Very Nordic.
Like Swedish?
Yeah, Northern Europe.
But they got white hair normally, right?
Blonde, white, and it's
varies kind of.
Blondish, though.
If you were a being
melanin deficient.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but if I could shapeshift and I wanted to convince the people in charge to be comfortable around me, I'd shapeshift into, a tall white. Same thing, you know what I mean? like if I was going to be an alien in the copper color community, you know what I mean? Somebody would be like, "Oh yeah, he's like Denzel Washington." You know what I mean? Like, um, maybe people will be more comfortable with that.
Yeah,
But you think that's their form?
I think that's their form.
You don't think these are the lizard people shapeshifted?
I don't.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah,
because if you want to make people feel comfortable, then you're in their neighborhood of height and build,
yeah,
and tower over them, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah. So they're tall, pale, and white, right? Ethereal. Solidified through the repetition of similar characteristics of numerous accounts. Each reported encounter reinforced this collective description, eventually crystallizing an identity in the public's imagination. That's what I want to hit on. There's been myths of this, though. A lot of things we call myths. Okay, so when you hear stories from way back in the day, they say those are myths and fables. And then when you hear stories about what people are alleging to see today, they won't call it a myth or a fable. They'll call it
kook.
Yeah.
Kook on the loose.
Yeah. And then 300 years from now, they'll be calling the stories we tell myths and fables. 1,000 years from now.
Yeah, that's got a lot of truth to it.
Go ahead.
The stories that our ancestors tell are not of tall whites. They are more about nature and natural. So your shape-shifting theory could be completely legit in that case, because when the pinks came over here, they act like they had never seen them or encountered them. They did not treat them as gods, and that properly would be the case if their encounters were with the so-called tall whites.
Yeah, but maybe that's why they were so hospitable.
Could be.
I know I've heard this story before.
They talk about the sky people, but I never heard them describe them as tall whites.
Yes, there are legends of the most various indigenous groups that mention encounters with or the existence of white-skinned people. Native American legends, some Native American tribes like the Cherokee have stories about the moon-eyed people. These were described as a group of short, white-skinned individuals who lived in the Appalachian region before being displaced by the Cherokee. The legend suggests they were sensitive to sunlight and possibly nocturnal. African legends. In African oral traditions, there are stories of encounters with light-skinned or foreign-looking people, often tied to early trade exploration. For instance, some West African legends speak of interactions with Berbers or other North African groups. So, yeah, maybe they weren't tall, but, even star people, right, were depicted in folklore. So it's just possible that, maybe they were thinking, hey, these are the tall whites. All right, let me see here. I got another one to play. Trump's. Okay. Okay. Here we go, you guys. See, we're going to get back to some regular content. But this isn't us talking.
And at one point you had said that there has been harmful activity or aggressive activity. Has any of the activity been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured.
and the activity, and I got by UAPs or by people within the federal government? Both. Okay, so there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans. I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
What does former President Barack Obama...
What does he mean he don't want to? Why are you there? What does he mean he doesn't want to get involved in that? And he can't talk about that in a public environment. And nobody pushed back and said, man, you talking to Congress. You're talking to the people. Like, why are you here if you can't?
Well, Congress and the president all of them do not have top secret status.
Yeah. What do they call that? That's a word.
Above top secret.
Yeah. Majestic.
Yeah, above top secret. They don't have that.
Yeah, they call it majestic.
The question is talking to Congress and get himself in a bunch of trouble.
Who has but how can he know majestic information?
Because he's got that, status.
No, this guy doesn't. He's talking about I talked to somebody and this person came to me. He's giving second and third hand information.
Oh, then he's if he doesn't have that status, then he's not. What do you mean he can't talk about it?
Yeah, you don't have that status. I think anybody with that status wouldn't be sitting in front of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
but if you know something,
some
that
of the
allegedly
whistleblowers,
correct. If you're
they
there to
come
blow,
off and say stuff, and then it's stuff they won't talk about too.
blow your whistle or take a big cup of STFU.
Well, even the biggest ones, they can't tell everything because
man, somebody in Congress has got to be talking to him like I'm saying right now. Then you're not going to sit here.
It's all a circus. It's a soap opera.
Yeah, there was a time where people at least pretended like they had some balls.
It's some of them that do.
Yeah.
Now some of those.
Yeah, I'm going to sit here and listen to you. Who are you?
And they keep talking that, people still don't answer the questions though.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Whisper in my ear? You know what I'm saying? You can't do it right here. Well, let's go in this back room and whisper it in my ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, what do you know? Somebody need to be punching them in the stomach. Who and what are the tall whites? I feel like with Cosmo Kramer when he did his stand-up and he was like, in my day, we'd have had you a pitchfork and had you up in the tree and everybody canceled him. You know what I mean? I would have told that dude if I was a white congressman back in my day, we'd pulled you in the back room and, you know what I mean, beat you to you. Man, get 12 in there. I bet he'll talk. I don't know. You expose yourself and you want to talk and then you don't want to talk. You know?
He came there to say what he was going to say and not what he wasn't going to say. Like, yeah. Nah, I think I won't.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. It's like going to nationals. You know, you can only go so far. I guess you can only go so far. Not what you're willing to discuss about what happened. But that guy, I don't know. I just threw that out there because he was talking about alien crafts and the dude asked him about entities and everything. And,
yeah. It's only so far he can say.
It's interesting.
The Self Luv Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Luv Show.
Yes, sir, y'all. Y'all know how the game go. It's halftime. Gonna get us a little brief intermission. But while you're here, we have some extraordinary videos that will edutain you. And we'll be right back. every program that they said was for us, it was unwritten rule.
It went
and the
to
bottom
immigrants
and the
and
layers
and
the
white
layers.
people.
It was for someone else. It was never for us.
Affirmative action. I mean, we know who benefits more from that now. I mean, every vendor, almost every business now that I deal with is
white women.
WBE.
White women.
Right.
White women, yeah.
It's a white woman. I mean,
I'm not saying I'm against them using that, but that's just.
Well, I kind of am because they're
against it.
White.
It should be,
Well, he can't say it.
They shouldn't even be minorities.
Yeah,
because
he can't say it. He's corporate.
Right.
I'm glad he's not.
That's
against
why
it.
I said I could say it.
Yeah, I can say it too. And we know you're not saying it. Yeah. I'm against it.
You shouldn't say it.
No. It should be legit.
You shouldn't feel that way.
It should be legit. It should be a real woman-owned business. It should be a real woman.
They shouldn't get it at all.
Right.
That stuff was fought for us. We fought for it. We pushed all the way through.
Right.
They shouldn't get it at all, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
The white person is not a minority. So
they're
that's,
sleeping with the slave master.
Craziness that feminism brought into the scene. Like a white woman is a white person, and white people, are running it. So how is that a minority?
That's why we move away from those programs. Just cut the crap, cut the check, and you'll never hear any of this from us, America.
And
cut
when
the crap, cut the check.
When they leave us alone and let us to ourselves,
we prosper
very well. Very well.
What advice would you give to your 9-year-old self walking around through the boogie if you had a time machine?
Wow, 9-year-olds. Wow,
yeah.
9-year-old self. Boy, I would definitely tell my 9-year-old self, stop being so lazy. I would say, you know what? Have fun. I would say have fun for sure. If you're gonna say for instance, I remember when we were the little pee-wee football team coming to our area. I think I was in grade school, and I kept listening to, "You're too small to football. You're too small to play football." I kept listening to that. I would tell my 9-year-old self, get out there and play. Get out there and play. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to peer pressure. If you want to do it, go out there and try hard. Don't let people talk you out of it. If something that you really want to do, don't be talked out of it. What I would say. It's funny, when you were at East St. Louis, man, just the football team, I swear, I never saw them guys in class. Sorry, I don't. I went to high school before Stalling, so I'm sure that he went to class.
The first thing I saw was Africa, vast, beautiful, and glowing with a golden light. I saw ancient cities, strong civilizations, and people full of wisdom, resilience, and spiritual power. They were chosen. Jesus spoke. The world has lied about them. They are not what they have been made to believe. They were given gifts, power, and knowledge that many tried to erase. The vision shifted again. I saw chains, ships, people being taken from their homeland. I saw suffering, pain, and generations being told they were less than what they were. And then I saw something even more shocking. I saw spiritual forces working behind the scenes, intentionally suppressing the truth. Jesus turned to me and continued. The oppression was not just physical, it was spiritual, because if they knew who they truly were, the world would change. I saw modern times, people waking up, realizing their worth, reclaiming their power. Jesus smiled. The time of revelation has begun. They will rise again. Jesus raised his hand again. I saw a time long before slavery. I saw a world where black people held spiritual knowledge that was powerful beyond words. They understood the connection between heaven and earth, between spirit and the physical world. They had divine wisdom that had been passed down from generation to generation, men and women who had direct communication with God. Jesus looked at me, his expression filled with both sorrow and love. This is why they were targeted, because those who rule the world fear those who carry divine wisdom. But as I watched, I saw something incredible. Even through oppression, through generations of being told they were nothing, their spirit was never broken. Their power never left them. They carry something that cannot be destroyed, Jesus continued, and that is why they must remember. The world had been built on lies, but the truth was rising. The vision changed again. This time, I saw a great awakening. People of all nations, but especially black people, standing up, realizing who they were. I saw them breaking free from mental chains, reclaiming their spiritual power. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. The world had tried to erase them, but they were stepping into the truth. And as they did, something miraculous happened. The world itself began to shift. Jesus turned to me once more. The prophecy is unfolding. They will lead the world into a new era of spiritual awakening. You must tell them. The world is changing, and they need to know the truth.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
You're back. I know that the videos
And I
out
like
there
to
very
sit with-
entertain you, but man, I know
It's the Self Luv Show. To expose they don't
the one that talked about us spiritually that had to entertain you. That was beautiful. And we're back. We've gotten to what's the early theory and who are the tall whites, and we're going to expand the conversation for the Self-Love Nation and grow from there. We do it for the people. To expose there no equals. Tory Wordsmith 9 Mills. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Yes, sir. We know how the story go. It's not still sharing, is it? I never played the music. You never heard the music?
Yeah, you playing it. I was singing right along with it.
Oh, okay. All right, let me stop the music. All right, y'all. We got another one here real quick. We're gonna run for y'all. Let's see here. Check it out.
What does former President Barack Obama know about UFOs? Does former President Barack Obama know about UFOs?
When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air.
He was asked about the UFO frenzy in the wake of that explosion. He was.
Yeah.
What was this coonery here?
He was asked about the
on air.
There's always some coonery. That's how they, if you say anything about aliens or any of that, the media, has presented to the world that there's no such thing and we're the only thing in the universe and all of this madness.
I would say that anyone on national TV with a gig like this, with his hair, playing the artistic right brain type character that has this type of reaction here, is a spook.
Yeah, he wants to keep his check going. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, come on, bro. Look at the other right brain people who probably really work for a living, are artists. They're not having that. Look at his face. He really wants to know what's going on. And this guy's down here, in costume.
I mean, yeah, that's what he's in. He's an actor.
Yep.
He's on the
Probably
set.
not even playing that music. It's the track
He's
playing
on
in
the set.
He was asked about the UFO frenzy in the wake of that explosive 60-minute story on Navy pilots who've seen things they just can't explain.
It's rotating. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. Look at that thing, dude.
Obama revealed to James Corden he was eager to find out about real close encounters when he became president.
Truth is that when I came into office, I asked, right? I was like, all right, is there the lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens in spaceship?
Look at this.
Look
at this damn guy. And they keep showing a close-up of his reaction as though that's very important for the programming.
Well, I mean, he's an actor too, so. I mean,
but we got the president, the ex-former president, talking with the highest rating to leave the office since I think Lincoln, when he got a bullet in his head. And Lincoln dreamt about that like the day or two before he died. So I'm saying, no, bro, the president, you got the president, and then they keep flipping it to this guy having this
right,
reaction.
but he's the former president, and he's an actor too.
Okay, but I'd rather hear it from this guy who might have some information and then keep switching to this guy for no reason at all.
Well, that's media because they want.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, well, I mean, they always got their Flavor Flav.
Yeah, and with this type of content, you're going to see on all the videos we play, they're going to have some media overreacting and making it. Yeah, they keep showing this guy.
And
who is he?
They
He
did
can
a
barely
little
hold it
research,
in.
and the answer was no.
Probably the
Research
musical
and,
director on whatever program that is, that late night program, because Paul Schaefer used to do that. Whoever the musical director, kind of the Ed McMahon role.
They did a little bit of research and
see, now he can't. He was being serious, and now they made it a whole big joke, and now he's got to downplay it.
The answer was no.
But that doesn't mean we're
He
alone.
was about to say something.
We're keeping the alien specimens in spaceship, and somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens in spaceship.
He's telling the truth right there, but not still making
they
fun
did a
of
little
it.
bit of research, and the answer was no.
But that doesn't mean we're alone in the universe.
Right. He's laughing at the fact that the former president of the United States was asking about aliens and spacesuits and stuff. That's what they're going to have me believe in their programming.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that
while they're showing evidence that cannot be explained.
Right. So they're making it asinine to even though what he's saying is correct, they still making it asinine like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, like it's a big joke.
Yes, all the time. Anybody, it man gets ridiculed.
Yeah, they ridicule Yeshua.
Exactly what they are.
And now that UFOs are being taken more seriously, more people are coming forward with their own sightings. Shaquille O'Neal told Jimmy Kimmel he's certain he's
They got the laugh tracks going.
Yeah.
Look at Kimmel's face. Is he spooked too? Yes.
Most of them people in these high positions are. And
once I found out the unknown comic was a spook, and I was like, they had their bag over, I was like, oh, those bastards.
And CIA is so infused into the entertainment.
Yes.
he's seen a
Oh, my
UFO.
fault, my fault. Like, did you used to watch the unknown comic, bro? You never used to watch the Gong Show, and then man. It was the host of the Gong Show, bro. That dude was
definitely
a spook,
the host
bro.
of the Gong was a complete spook.
Yeah, Unknown Comic was his alter ego. He put a bag over his head.
I didn't know that was him. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
yeah. I think that was him. I don't know. Maybe my consciousness was telling me this dude was a spook when I was a kid.
You might be onto something, but I didn't know that. You know what I mean? That could very well be true. I mean, come on, it was an Unknown Comic.
Okay, now you got a multi-millionaire, allegedly, come out here, and he's telling his story, and they're clowning him. I just wish somebody 7 foot, hey man, who, you know what I'm saying? Who y'all laugh at? Like, where is that? Everybody has to
All the
have.
lights and it was
He
spinning.
got too many commercials and endorsements to do that.
Well, then shut
he
up.
won't do it. He won't do that
Well, then don't come out and say this
on the air. I mean, shit. I appreciate him saying it, but he let him clown him. But they gonna
because you
clown
got
him.
endorsements. You got to let them clown you, huh? Y'all heard it
He
right.
does. He does. I didn't say me.
7'2".
You talking about you? You gotta. No, I ain't gotta, and you ain't gotta. But he does, obviously, because that's what happens. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal told Jimmy Kimmel he's certain he's seen a UFO.
With all the lights and it was spinning and it just and took off and everything happened in less than 5 seconds and we all looked at each other, was like, and I know that it was a UFO. I don't care what anybody says.
You never told anybody about that?
Nope, you're the first person I told because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. But
right.
Come out on national TV, first person he tell.
He's a spook too.
But there was multiple people allegedly that witnessed this with him, and I wish if Jimmy Kimmel and his staff had any balls,
he could say whatever. He's a spook.
They would have reached out to those other people and got them on the show to corroborate this.
Right.
I mean, all I'm saying, so that was supposed to be showing evidence, and all they did was clown the whole supposition.
Because that's what those families want. Still 7 families that control the media. So
yeah. All right. What motivations could drive the alleged interactions between these tall white aliens and humanity? Are they observers, guides, or something else entirely? What's your spirit telling you there, Phil?
Controllers and deception.
So you're not getting that they want to be passive observers and, ride the bum with their fence and follow the prime directive. You don't get that from them at all.
No, they're here for a reason. And it's, more for their benefit than ours.
Yeah, I've always asked that question. Why would they want to benefit us? You know what I mean? Like, why would any entity, unless it's unless it benefits them, unless it's an objective, you can't tell me, all right, not you, but on the one hand, we allegedly get certain science and technology from these ETs, but then they don't want us making bombs out of them. And then they show us, then we make a bomb and it's affecting them. And you know what I mean? Like, it just don't make no sense when you look at all in its totality, bro.
I mean, they're here for a reason, and it's to benefit them. More
so you're not getting guides. You're not getting, and I think that
it could be guides, but no matter what, it's still benefiting them.
Okay,
more than it's benefiting us.
Yeah, well, that's not a guide. Now I'll say this.
It's like a foster parent.
Yes,
you're getting paid.
That's perfect. To barely feed them and barely clothe them and give them a hammer. Yes.
Do whatever you're gonna do with them, but because there's some very good foster parents that do more than what.
That's a great analogy.
But there's
spot on, bro. That's a spot. I hear you though, and hats off to the great ones. We got to add that balance out there. There are some great ones, family members. You know what I mean? Yeah, but there's family members. Well, we won't go there. But that was just a great. And so yeah, observers. I'm gonna say no. guys, I see what you're saying. Like they could be guiding us and giving us tech and stuff like that. But when I was thinking guide, I'm thinking in terms of like a, spiritual guide. You know what I mean? Like a guru. Your guide that guides you, and then when you leave this plane, you're gonna have that guide to, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't see any being that looks like that being a spiritual leader for me and our kind.
All right, here's what here's what the AI said. Many theories suggest that the tall white aliens might act as silent observers of humanity, possibly even serving as subtle guides during critical junctures in human evolution. And that's why I was asked, why? Right? Because to your point, it ultimately has to benefit them, or maybe it's just good. It's the same reason why, maybe it's karma. The same reason why you help a homeless person, ask you for money, you give them $2. Then why doesn't necessarily benefit you? You're still helping that person. So it could be just a universal good, I guess, I suppose.
I mean, I just
Keep us from killing ourselves.
I still never trust beings that look like that.
Come on. You find some kids self
because they're going to benefit the beings that look like them, that have their
of course
DNA,
like Trump. Now Theta. I'm saying, but I don't know. You can get these people in Theta self, and I don't know. All right.
They'll
Okay.
tell you everything.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. But their encounters are often, but not all the time, described as non-confrontational. But then they be saying they communicated with me telepathy. Did they? Or were they warping your mind? Do you know what I mean? Self, like that's a touchy thing. Did they plant thoughts in your head and made you think it was gentle? If they could do all
it
that?
is telepathy.
Yeah.
Putting thoughts in your head. And
yeah.
Isn't that the definition of telepathy?
It is. It is. And so they told you they were good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? All right. But many people talk about the feeling, and they got a sense from their spirit that they weren't in danger.
Did no harm.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So gotta go by that, I guess. But that could have been manipulated. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah, completely.
They could have made them rub their fence on a bum for 5 miles and then just change their memory of it all if they have these types of powers or abilities.
Exactly.
All right. Non-confrontational. A gentle nod to an advance.
Or technology, pardon me.
Yeah.
These abilities, technology. It might not even be, you know what I mean?
You're right.
There's some technology that they got.
You're right.
It feels more correct than me.
I mean, that's a good point, because even back in the day, man, they used to have that hit a button on Spaceman on TV and control your mind. Yeah, it's true. The vibrations. Yeah. And if they're millions of years ahead of us, allegedly.
It seems like magic and amazing and
telepathy and yeah. That's a good point. Their encounters are often described as non-confrontational, a gentle nod to an advanced understanding of cosmic balance. Instead of overt interference, these beings might choose to impart wisdom or warnings, gently nudging our collective consciousness towards an altered or enhanced state without disrupting natural development. Why? Yeah, they could be nudging us towards, what they want.
brainwashing us towards racism.
Yeah. Yes. And what they want, ultimately. Whatever that could be. Yeah. Yeah. Overt interference, warnings. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm in agreement with your first mind answer to that question. And this could also be due to my programming, based upon not just my assessment when it comes down to the whites. You know what I mean? I can't trust them right offhand. So to your point, forgive me. I'm not going to apologize. We're unapologetic around here, but forgive me to anyone out there who might take that the wrong way. But there's no way I can see them and think that's my guide.
Yeah. I mean, just out of feeling, like, even when I feel with the people that bring their information, it's I still feel the same way I said. It's to benefit them more than us.
It could have been the tall whites that gently nudged the short whites to start running roughshod all over the earth and terraforming the planet into something that it's not supposed to be, getting it out of balance the way it is, such.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're at least supposed to be, biological beings, where the grays are supposed to be like cloned, they biological machines.
Most of them are one sex, and they say the grays excrete. Like they don't poop. It's like Roger the alien on yeah, it just comes out of their pores, bro.
They're
They say it be stinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the grays, they like to mess with your bum too. They say the grays just be all about business.
They're really robots for the most
They're
part.
not conscious beings.
They're about handling their business.
Are they conscious beings?
No, they're cloned biological robots. They are doing their mission what they're told, because there's some tall grays too.
Organic robots.
Yes.
Okay.
Tall grays are the ones that, have them doing what they do.
And what's that word? And a lot of them are androgynous, but then some people say they get a sense from the grays that there were some females and some males too. And the females tend to be a little more gentle.
Don't know anything about that. They're clones and they're biological robots.
Well, none of them have said they have organs, reproductive organs that we would think. But they said some of them seem more feminine,
I guess. I don't, I guess if you make some robots, you could make them that way. I don't know.
Well, we're doing it.
Yeah,
we're doing it right now.
Yeah. Well,
how might their
biological versions?
Yeah, if we're doing it now, we'll do it then. How might their reported methods of communication and interaction differ from other alleged extraterrestrial beings? We were kind of discussing that already. Telepathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind control.
But they said they could talk too, man, like in your language.
Yeah. They said that, there's some, just like you said, talking your language.
Yeah. Unlike encounters that depict aggressive, this is the AI, or overt communication, the tall white aliens are commonly described as employing soft, almost ethereal methods of exchange. Their communication seems to lean towards nonverbal, non-speakers out there, nonverbal cues, symbolic gestures. Obama was doing it too. Even intuitive transmissions that bypass the need for spoken language. This style of engagement hints at a sophisticated form of interaction, one that prioritizes subtlety, reflection, and an invitation to look beyond the obvious, creating an atmosphere that is more about quiet influence than direct confrontation. I'm starting to feel like the AI appreciates the tall whites more than they probably do me.
Well, it's been fed the whole tall white galactic federation spiel.
You're telling me if the aliens take over, we're gonna have to deal with the tall whites are gonna be in control?
It's probably gonna be AI, actually. This is probably all AI.
Said it years ago. They're gonna do a big fake. But big fake with the AI, and then say, oh yeah, we lost control. But there's something coming. And this is why we're pivoting to consciousness self, because I do more than believe, my overstanding is that you can control your consciousness and be able to create light in your mind and energy, make it real focused. Our weapon would be more powerful than anything it could do because our consciousness is beyond time and space.
You can create anything.
Correct. Yeah. 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 So I got some pictures here, but I'll tell you what, the AI really loves the tall whites.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is this random?
No. It's just like the pictures they started putting in the Bible after Michelangelo drew them. It is in of itself an ego thing, and the people attach.
That's what I'm saying.
They attach the likeness to themselves. So the people that's controlling might be AI, but but the beings that's controlling the place are putting that all in place. It's idiocy, of course.
Yeah. You see, I can't. You know how to make these bigger? Or maybe I'll click on it.
Yeah, click on it to go to the
There
site.
we go. No, we don't. All right. Is that a good depiction? Those look real alien. Like I wouldn't mistake those for anything. Sometimes it's more subtle, right? They look like just really white people.
They look like white people with robes on more than that.
Yeah, but okay.
Those are tall
Grades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, close that. Tall whites. So we can get a better depiction. More like this. That looks like an albino. I think that was an albino, bro. Get this guy. They call it a tall white.
It's tall gray. So put in Nordics or
okay.
Nordic aliens or something along those lines.
Nordics.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was that film, man, where he seeded the what was it called? Prometheus or something?
Yeah.
He was a tall white, wasn't
He looked like more like a tall gray.
he? Yeah, you couldn't tell what his sex was either, really. I mean, you could, but
any of them.
Yeah, it's androgynous. Yeah, I guess that's more like it, but I don't want to spend too much time here. All right, I did have a video. All right, we did Obama. All right, and look at this.
Você consegue captar as vibrações. Vem até nós. Só não vem à noite.
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
Você consegue captar as vibrações. Vem até nós. Só não vem à noite.
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
That's on Independent. How do you? I'm gonna slow it down.
That thing is moving. All right, because this video has been debunked, but now that I see that it hasn't been debunked.
Why? How did they debunk it originally?
They showed a picture from that angle the structure, and then they moved in and showed it was some antennas or something. It was some crap in comparison to this.
Well, my
But
question is, I guess everybody's reaction is different, but how do you see something like this and you're just laughing, having that type of conversation? I don't know. It almost looks like a string is right here, and a string is right here.
I didn't see it moving the first time I saw.
I don't see this. Looks like it's reading something now. I don't know, man. That's the independent, though. That's, hey, we're just here to put it out there. You know what I mean?
Very interesting, dude. That was laughing and all of that. He came up missing.
Did he?
Yeah,
That was in Brazil. You sure you ain't thinking about the one that was in the U.S.?
I might be.
Yeah. This was in Brazil. I know what you're talking about. He had a whole giant story. Then he came out and said it was a hoax, and then he came up missing. Yeah. Yeah, that was a different one. But this one, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either.
What strategic purpose could explain the secrecy often associated with their supposed appearances and activities? What's the big secret?
The
Who
big
are they
secret is keeping the information that you can use later on to expand yourself. That's the main thing. The hiding of all the technology and piecemealing it out.
And since we're one, they have to get permission from one of us to sacrifice another one of us, right?
I don't know that.
That's supposing whenever I hear the wacky conspiracy theories about the aliens giving us tech, is because in exchange we let them get a certain number of cows and livestock and humans.
They can take and do whatever they want to do.
Why wouldn't they just take
Eisenhower do that?
Yeah.
Because I don't. That's why I said I don't know about that. That's some, I think, fallacy. That I mean, why would they need to do any of that?
Yeah, why wouldn't they just give us the tech? Yeah, you know what I mean?
What makes you think they didn't? Like I said, the piecemealing out, I'd say they're at least 200 years advanced of what they're letting the public know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what makes us think they didn't give the technology?
Yeah.
And these people are just holding on to it to profit off it.
What makes us think? Why wouldn't they? So apparently if they're giving this tech out, they're giving it to everybody. They're giving it to China, and they're giving it to Russia, and they're giving it to us. And, we don't even keep it secret. So why would they do that? That's like me giving guns to 63rd and then giving guns to Oblak.
There's really one world government that they're trying to achieve. So all these governments is the same, really. It's a soap opera.
Well, supposedly there's multiple different types of these ETs with multiple agendas. Some got our back. Yeah. But those could be ancestors. I believe the ETs that have our back are ancestors.
Okay. Could very well be, or our progenitors.
Yes.
I guess that means our ancestors.
Yeah, it means us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Our higher selves.
So I can see that.
Let's see. This AI says the secrecy surrounding these encounters appears to be a carefully chosen tactic. By remaining elusive and operating under a veil of mystery, these beings may be aiming to ensure that their influence integrates gradually into human society. This measured approach could prevent immediate panic. This makes sense. Or drastic societal disruption, giving humanity time to adjust to the implications of such contact. In this light, their discreet nature serves to maintain a controlled evolution of awareness, prompting us to search for meaning beyond conventional explanations. All right. Just say, for instance, trans fats wanted to
No,
infiltrate.
no. Everything you said was predictive programming.
All right. But say for instance, some trans fats decided they wanted to infiltrate someone's fraternity. They're not going to be able to come right in and say, hey, we're trans fats and we're going to take over your fraternity. No, you get one in there who probably won't say he's a trans fat. And you get two in there who won't say there's a trans fat. Then once you got about 20% of the brothers are trans fats, then you can start coming forward because so many trans fats are integrated in society. This trans fat's the poll mark. I mean, the president. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, what can we do? My ship's a trans fat. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So yes, they could be using that approach. No?
Well, there's a complete hybridization. So, I mean, if that's what you mean, but that's well gone into.
Yeah.
A tactic that they use, and not just them. They're,
I haven't seen any tall whites.
No, I haven't. Well, I'm not sure.
Correct. We got some tall whites behind it. Abraham Lincoln was a tall white. That Wernher von Braun was very tall too, with all this rocket science. Who's that behind me? Damian Trump.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, but no, yeah, but not Abraham Lincoln. That's what I was thinking, because he's melanated, 100%.
Swarthy.
Huh?
Swarthy.
And mulatto, mother mulatto. According to what they consider, melanated, one drop rule, whatever, but his actions were against, and a lot of melanated people came to this country and was against the American Indian, so-called American Indian, because they called us that. It wasn't our title. But all over the Americas were, our people.
Okay, so how do you think their physical and behavioral characteristics align with potential goals or tactics? So you and I kind of agree that we don't necessarily trust these guys, not that we're afraid or have any reason to fear them personally, even as a collective. Those who will be. But how do you think these physical characteristics help them accomplish their goal?
As you said earlier, it's very possible that they are able to control how they look, and they are here at this time, looking like the people that's so-called controlling the world. So that comes into play. I initially said I think that's their form, but it's possible that it's not.
I mean, 100%. But now look, AI took the approach that it's fostering cooperation, right? Or maintaining a mysterious distance. Now, but it reached the same conclusion, bro. The striking attributes, tall stature, pale appearance, and an air of calm contribute to a presence that seems carefully designed to evoke both wonder and reassurance. I hadn't seen this, bro. Such characteristics can serve as a visual metaphor for purity and advanced evolution. And it could be really affecting. It could really affect the very material poor whites. You see what I'm saying? The pinks.
I mean,
look what they're doing for Donald Trump. Go ahead.
It's right along the lines with their how they portray Jesus. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's why they can. Donald Trump. If Obama was doing what Donald Trump did, that bullet wouldn't have missed if there was a bullet. And because I never saw a womb, never saw a womb.
Man,
Never saw.
I won't.
This deliberate balance of being close enough to hint at guidance, yet distant enough to prevent direct interference, suggests a strategy meant to foster a long-term cooperative relationship. Their enigmatic demeanor might be aimed at inspiring us to evolve in thought and spirit rather than imposing rapid, potentially destabilizing change. So if they taught the short whites how to infiltrate and trade and be friendly when they first show up, then, they got that game. They're ahead of them. They're going to do
Well,
what the short
no,
whites did to us.
I think
They're going to do it to the short whites.
I think that the long video during the break, expressing how they deteriorated our knowledge and information.
And that was allegedly from a Karen's near-death experience. That's the message Yeshua left her with. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. This is all part of the same thing. It's to convince, and this is spirit. I know it might offend somebody, but to convince an inferior people that they are superior.
Can we say lower vibrational people? I think that's more because at a spirit level. No,
not necessarily, because I mean, physically, I'm talking about physically.
Right.
It's inferior. That's being projected as superior.
Right. Which makes it inferior.
I mean, and the whole mind fuck of education, which they really teach most of us who are not at a higher, so-called income stage.
By education, he means indoctrination.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So that we get taught sometimes because they made us go to school together, we get taught the same BS together. And it makes people think that, certain things are true, but they're just depictions. Like that Michelangelo's Christ is Yeshua, and Jesus is Yeshua.
Like at Eisenhower, we always expected a pink or the 3%, one of the Asians, to be valedictorian every year. We just expected it. Then we expected the copper colored to be, all area, all conference. Is that similar to the indoctrination? It's all subtle.
It's more than that. It's in images. The Asian aspect is.
Are they?
It's Caucasian Asian. They are.
I'm really concerned about the Chinese. I don't feel any. I don't want to say it.
Did you hear what I said?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro, because I ain't gonna say it.
Asians. Caucasians.
Dead Asian. It's from Latin.
They are, well, no. They are very similar. Very similar. Although we were the first people there, we are not Asian.
Correct.
Caucasians and Asians are very close.
Wow.
In genetics. Very close.
And since the Asians haven't been mixing, so the whites here have been able to mix with some melanin over time. And there's a guy, Self, it's a brother, bro. We're gonna cover this one day. And in LA, bro, he turned 30 and he just decided he did so much for Christianity, bro, in the world. Nobody even talks about him. He's just did something right here in LA. I'm gonna go over there and get some footage. I've been past the place and I felt the energy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the people from around the world would come hear this brother.
Just remember,
he didn't even speak. He would just put a box over his head and pray for the speakers. Go ahead, bro.
Remember? Quote of the day. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll read that. Yeah.
False prophets and
the genie, bro. This is what I've been saying.
Right. So I'm
You
just telling you. So when you go there, don't have that healthy
no.
observation. I
Oh,
know you. I know you.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. This guy's spirit. When I say, turns people off, you can't even mention God or Christianity anymore. I mean, that's part of the whole thing too. They're detaching people away from their spirit. You know what I mean?
Just knows the technology does that. That's what.
Yeah.
So
yes, everything does. But this dude, bro, I'm just saying, I don't know. We're gonna
I'm
cover.
just saying technology can do that. So just observe that. Just be aware of that when you encounter him, because I know you're going to, and you should.
He's not alive. This was back in like 1910.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. This is around the time when all that stuff was going on. 1912. A lot of stuff happened in history around that time. This was a regular brother, bro. I think he was from the South, man, and he was anointed, bro. And he was so humble, bro. He would put a box over his head while people spoke. Bro, they saw that flame that I saw at not House Fest. Ancestral Echoes, bro. They said it was, they were calling the police over the temple. They were calling the fire department saying there was a fire over there, bro. It was like people were being healed, bro. Like, and man, the fact that nobody talks about this brother, when I say his name, when you're
It's
gonna be
not
like,
the dude that they were killing it over.
you
and
heard
over.
of him.
It's not the dude you're talking about. They was killing over and over, and they were trying to kill him, and he finally left. But he was like, "Well, more of us are coming back, and you ain't gonna be able to stop it."
Yeah, man, it was all races, everybody, bro, and they was just like speaking in tongues, and they was healing people, bro, and they met like every year over here in LA, and it got bigger and bigger.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
no.
And then people took that gospel all over the world, bro. Like, man,
No,
and
this
it's a
is not what
brother.
I'm talking about. It was a brother. It was a brother that he was healing everything and everybody, and they cut this man up in pieces and took him bodies in different parts.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
No. Yeah, but
you gotta tell me his name, because I never heard
yeah,
of him.
you heard of him. You heard of him, bro, but not to this magnitude. The fact that I didn't learn this at Drop Dead Gorgeous William H. Ray School.
Well, you're definitely not gonna learn that anywhere amongst those ish people.
Not even in one of my churches.
Of course not.
Possible they mentioned them, and I could care less. It's possible they mentioned them, and I could care less. And you know what I mean. I was a kid.
They're not putting nothing above Christ.
The white Christ too.
And they're not putting anything above that. So you never hear of that. Ever.
Well, you don't have to put anything above it, but you can,
no.
Christ walks beside you. He's your brother.
No, they don't talk about nobody that did too many miracles after Christ.
Yeah.
They don't talk about them too much.
Yeah.
So-called miracles anyway, because it's a simulation. It's all.
Let's see. 10 for, all right, here we go. Nobody can hear. Watch the smug here, so.
Miami.com. Trending story on CB.
Gotta speed this back up. I was like, it's finally happening. Time is slowing down.
On
shit, it's
okay,
and
up, now so to our #1 trending story on CBSMiami.com.
It involves talk of aliens.
Look at her.
Sightings at Bayside Marketplace. On New Year's Day, there was a massive police response in downtown Miami. More than 50 young people armed with sticks.
You see that? There's people who've enhanced this video, and
Mhm.
it was a thing walking around. But the news won't do this.
Began fighting. Police say juveniles
You saw that thing, right?
were also setting off fireworks, causing chaos.
Well, they are.
How
No,
can
the media is going to change from smug very soon,
it's right there?
and they're going to be calm. You hear
Look.
me?
Yes, yes, yes. I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. This
Look.
predictive programming. Yes, I see.
Chaos.
So now people are posting
There it is.
online saying
Yeah.
that police weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens.
Every cop came in
And
Miami,
they would not have been able to do anything.
but every cop came to this nothing to see here event.
But rather 8 to 10 feet tall, shadow.
I mean, why don't they try to explain this while they're having all this smug?
Because the dudes that's talking about it is scared as a motherfucker.
shadowy
Period.
aliens. Conspiracy theories are
Yeah.
saying a big creature could be seen standing in front of the.
Conspiracy theorists are saying it.
You know what I'm saying?
Not witnesses,
They gotta
not
write
alleged
that into
witnesses. Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Everybody there saw this, but the conspiracy theorists really said that they saw
Now-
this, and it came out.
Yeah. Now you see this and look at the police cars. Look.
entrance to
And
the
look at that
shopping
thing.
area. Bayside. Today, the phrases Miami Mall and aliens of Miami have been among the top 10 searches.
What is that? Why ain't y'all talking
Wait a
about
minute,
what
this-
this is?
Is this recent?
This is like a few months ago.
Okay, because there was some beings very big walking through the mall. I don't think it was in Miami, but this was a
Yeah.
few years ago.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember that.
Right. We had a
Yeah.
video on the
And
show.
it was in Miami.
Oh wow!
It sure was in Miami.
And that was a few years ago in the
Yeah.
mall.
Yeah.
In the mall, and
Probably this mall.
yeah, I'm pretty probably.
And the wacky conspiracy theorist was thinking that it was some sort of portal right there, that they built that mall
That's
on
what they
top of some
said.
sort
You're
of
right.
portal.
You're right.
Now, if we
They said it was a
investigated
portal.
what land was there and how that land was used over the last 300 years, so we'd probably figure something out, and they'd still call us wacky conspiracy theorists.
Well, I mean, it was a word used, in the negative, created in the negative by the CIA. So,
yeah.
On Twitter's trending tab. Twitter, of course, now called X. And Google News even has several reports questioning the event.
So we
All those cops are there.
reached out to the Miami
Look at the police's response. There were no aliens, UFOs, or ETs. No airports were closed, and no power outages. And look, Officer Michael Vega.
yeah,
He's
well,
taking-
they're under control. Also, some people can't see. I mean, some shit that cameras can catch is outside of the frequency of our eyes. And especially if you're a doubting son of a that would be a cop.
Yeah, low vibrational.
Yeah, they
Police
can't.
Department. They issued a statement saying in
But on
part,
top of
quote,
that,
there were
yeah,
no
low
aliens,
vibrational. They gonna say that they
UFOs,
ain't gonna
or
hear shit.
ETs. No airports were closed, no power outages. Facepalm emoji was included in the statement. And to read up on the story that has gone viral, just head to our website. It is cbsmiami.com.
Read all you want, but remember, no aliens.
Ridiculous.
Hey, I mean, they didn't. I mean, all right. Why did you guys send the whole force up? And with their stories, the cover story was it was a fight between kids and some rocks was being thrown. You mean to tell you saw those police?
Yeah. Well, that was some nonsense.
Tall white aliens. Who are they and what do they look like? Tall white aliens are often confused with Nordic aliens.
That's what you're
According
talking
to personal accounts,
Mm-hmm.
the tall white aliens are not benevolent beings and are believed to have a hidden agenda. Take a moment to compare a couple descriptions from separate eyewitnesses. Like the Nordic aliens, the tall whites are said to be from the Pleiades. However, Swedish alien contactee, Billy Meyer, describes the tall whites he's had contact with.
There's been evidence that there are objects which have been seen in our atmosphere and even on terra firma that cannot be accounted for either as man-made objects or as any physical force or effect known to our scientists seems to me to be overwhelming. Lord Hill Norton, former Chief of Defense, British Ministry of Defense.
This helpful, benevolent Nordic aliens. This contradicts how other eyewitnesses describe the tall whites. The beings that visit Billy Meyer stand anywhere from 7 foot tall to 10 tall. He describes them as being beautiful humanoids with long blonde hair and crystal blue eyes. They have a very strong, athletic physique. Meyer's Nordics are concerned about the human race and want to aid in the human spiritual development. They claim to be from the star cluster, Pleiades, and have visited Meyer for decades. Many ufologists believe Meyer's aliens are of a Nordic race that is quite different from the frail thin species known as the tall whites. Charles Hall is a former U.S. Air Force serviceman, served as a weather observer at Nellis Air Base, Las Vegas, Nevada. Hall claims to have coined the phrase tall whites and created a ripple in the UFO community with his story of working with tall whites on the U.S. Air Base. Hall also revealed the U.S. government has corroborated with tall whites since the 1950s. Hall's description of tall whites is a stark contrast to the benevolent helpful Nordics that Meyer and other contactees describe. According to Hall, humans have an innate natural fear when they are in the presence of tall whites. Surprisingly, he discovered the tall whites have an equal fear of humans. He has provided the most detailed description of the tall whites. Everything about Hall's tall whites is in direct contradiction of the Nordic alien descriptions, making them a specifically different alien. Description of tall whites. Hall claims that the tall whites have a lifespan of 700 years. Unlike the strong, virile Nordics, the tall whites are thin and appear frilier than humans. Their eyes are larger than humans. Unlike the blue-eyed Nordics, the tall whites only have blue eyes when they are children. When the male youths mature and become adults, their eyes turn pink. Unlike the blonde Nordics, the tall whites' platinum blonde hair is so thin that it often appears to be translucent. Until the age of 40, the tall whites are around 5 feet 11 inches, but begin to grow and eventually reach an average height around 8 foot, although some can reach 10 tall. The tall whites have a very non-human gait. They walk in small shuffle-like steps. The tall whites at first communicated telepathically with Hall. He describes their native tongue sounding like a bird chirping or a dog barking. They can also make sounds that humans can't hear. In addition to their bird chirping/dog barking sounds, the tall whites can imitate various human voices. Hall discusses his meetings and unplanned encounters with the tall whites living on the base. He describes how protective the aliens are of their children. They don't allow humans to speak to their children, much less talk to them.
Smart.
Humans aren't allowed to reprimand the children. He is emphatic that to breach these rules would end up with the mother attacking you. Notable encounters with tall whites. Many of the stories about tall white aliens place them in a deceptive role. These include tales of them working with Hitler and the Nazis.
Uh-oh.
Another story tells how they attempted to coerce President Eisenhower to disarm the United States of nuclear weapons by offering their technology in exchange.
Oh boy.
President Eisenhower refused their offer. In 2009, a British police sergeant reported seeing 3 tall whites in white outfits searching an open field. When he got out of his vehicle to investigate, he noticed a buzzing of static electricity around the field. When the tall whites saw him, they ran away faster than any human or animal could. Understanding tall white aliens. Charles Hall's story about tall white aliens is the most detailed and profound one told.
Wow.
This and other stories about these aliens seem to corroborate that this species isn't benevolent.
I'm really confused.
Hey man, these people sound that description and all of that sounds like the Men in Black, bro.
Yeah, sure does.
Sounds exactly like the Men in Black. I'm
sure
like,
does.
Whoa.
Hey, them marks say, hey, humans don't even talk to my kids, huh?
Hell no. You fucking kidding me? I mean, why would you allow us to?
Right. They in theta too. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Our whole existence exists within their theta.
Correct. Correct. And those kids are in theta, in their theta.
And they are ahead of us as far as they're concerned. I mean, at least this description, how they make it, they're already ahead of us. So why the fuck would you allow a monkey?
Come on, to interact with the kids, with the children, bro.
Yeah, you wouldn't allow a monkey to try to talk to your children.
Yeah, they say they protect their children, boy.
You just tap him on you tap the monkey on the head and pet the monkey if it's domesticated. But otherwise, you're not gonna have them lecturing your children or even talking to them. You know, so all they get is a pat on the head.
That was a fascinating account too, bro. So are there different versions of? That's the ones, the tall grays and the tall whites.
Well, no, the Nordics.
I'm confused. Yeah,
the Nordics are
and the
not the tall whites, is what that's saying.
So what's the difference?
Well, the Nordics look
they all look the same to me.
No. Nordics look like people, and remember you was talking about that picture we was talking about earlier. According to this, those are tall whites, and Nordics look more like us.
And are they supposed to be helpful?
I mean, they're supposed to be, but I still don't. I still feel like they're here for their benefit, not.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you shut down your nuclear bombs. We're going to give you some technology. And then maybe the nuclear bombs are protecting us from you. I mean, I don't know at this point, Self.
Yeah, I don't know who Eisenhower met with, but supposedly he met with some people, and I don't know. My imagination, we should be like Star Trek at this point, and not.
Well, that was the name of my indoctrination center. But go ahead, Eisenhower.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just saying that I chose a timeline that didn't go that route because this whole situation is madness.
Yeah, if that happened, Eisenhower wasn't buying it, huh, Self?
At least in this timeline.
Yeah, yes, in this timeline, right.
Well, like I said, man, the president is just a representative. He don't make too many decisions unless it's Trump.
Yeah, see, Eisenhower was a little different, though, because he worked his way up through the military-industrial complex. So
he also talked about it, too.
Yeah, he probably had some majestic because he worked his way up through, you know what I mean? That's where all the stuff's happening.
Well, according to folklore and myth, that
myth,
it's a date and time that they say that the ship showed up over the White House, and that's how that whole conversation went down about what was going on.
Oh, so they pulled up on him.
Yes, that's what the story is.
So you're saying he didn't really go meet with him? He was probably like, screw it.
He found out live and direct on the set because they couldn't do nothing with him. So no-fly zone, can't do that, and they did, and there was nothing could be done to him.
Interesting. Really interesting. Eisenhower, huh? We got another one for themselves. Yeah, we're just gonna play these videos for you guys, and we're gonna unpack them. Now, here's one of the wacky witnesses. So fair use in Miami.
I'm all over this Miami alien thing, right? That's why they're thinking police claims to have been there. Grain of salt, please.
Man, what's up, y'all? I'm here to set the record straight, man.
All right.
Like, I literally have been getting interrogated by the Miami Police Department for days, my dude. Look at me.
What's there to look at? You got on a yellow hoodie.
It is really aliens.
Okay.
It's really aliens. And I cannot believe that the Miami Police Department is really going to try to make it seem like they had all those police cars and stuff out there over some kids fighting, y'all. We talking about 3 and 4 blocks. They asked us, first they asked us what we saw. It was me, 2 of my cousins, and 1 of my homegirls. All 3 of us being basically locked up.
Damn.
I ain't trying to get in trouble or nothing like that, but I'm just telling y'all, man, this shit is so real, man. Like, everybody saw it.
Okay, we get it. We get it. He's claiming for sure.
Everybody saw it. I mean, if you can believe Jaguar Wright, so you've got to be able to believe a credible gentleman like him.
Okay, well, we'll go back to that statement. We're gonna go right at that because Jaguar Wright says things that happen to come out to be true. Because there's somebody that wants to be, unworthy or on some bullshit and do some things. Time will tell about that whole thing.
She lost me when she said Common had a small penis, bro. I'm not saying it's true. It's not true. I'm just saying
I ain't mad at you for taking up.
She lost all
nighttime.
credibility. No, I just what I'm saying is, bro,
That's subjective.
But it's
that's
a low ball.
It is still a low ball. I mean,
Yeah.
she said it claims that she was asleep
he was
and she
assaulting her.
woke up. He
Yeah.
was trying to put his in her mouth.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, so you would.
I guess okay. All right, you're right. If that happened, you're right. You're right.
You would be negative on that person. So
You're
I'm
right.
just saying.
You're
But I
right.
don't know any of
right.
that.
Enough
I won't know the outcome of that. I will never know the outcome of that.
Enough of Jaguar, right? What about this brother right there? That's what I was saying. He told his story. He said what I said. He said it was 1 million cops out there, bro.
Yeah.
No gunplay.
Well,
nothing.
hold on. He said that the cop cars were far ranging, way more than what we saw in the video. He said
A mile.
For blocks and blocks.
Yes.
He said all of Miami cops.
Yes.
So we only saw a very small,
yes,
smidgen,
and we still saw 40 cops
from a helicopter.
Yes,
that was on purpose
with some entity that the camera couldn't pick up good, right? Walking back and forth.
They could have focused in, man. Those cameras are some of the best cameras in the world. That's all you got to do. I'm telling you.
But many people who try to record these entities say that they do something to the technology that blurs it, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, these people were far enough away. That was blurred on purpose.
Well, you'd think more people. No, but they said they were terrified. You imagine seeing something like that? There's not many people who are going to sit there,
dude, come on,
and film it.
Hold on. Now we just talked about this, and that it's a portal there, and it was the same looking beings in the mall. Okay, same looking beings in the mall. Okay,
and my man got footage of it.
It's a reason that
so many cops showed up.
There are
so many cops.
Yes,
it's a reason so many cops showed up this time.
They know the portal's gonna open, and they know they were coming through, and that's why the helicopter was out there and far enough away. So they have a perfect vision of it. They're not showing that. Period. That was an image put out on purpose.
Why would they put any image out?
Because it's predictive programming, and they are deliberately letting it forth that this is going on so that it'll be accepted by all.
But they're not telling me anything that my ancestors didn't know. They're not saying anything. Indigenous people.
They're not saying anything. They're just indoctrinating people to the concept that it's real, so that when they release, you know, because it's all kinds of beings that's already here, and many people have seen them, but they just kind of ignore it. But they know,
Yeah.
and it's
I think we know where we're at on this, but should, as a judgment, should society trust the tall whites at this point? What are you getting?
I say no. I mean, because
Who do we
if
trust? Who?
I was thinking that it might be the Nordics, and it's not really the Nordics. These tall whites are men in black.
Do we trust do we trust? Yeah, the men in black was rude. They take all your stuff, all your evidence, everything.
And your memories, whatever. Yeah, you
Yeah.
all fucked up.
Well,
No.
what about the Nordics? You trust the Nordics?
I don't trust them either. But the whole thing is, I really don't trust the men in black.
Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like the Nordics have brought uh, some peaceful language through some white people. I mean,
You
or
know,
pink, whatever they are. It's never, the Nordics are never like have contact with us.
you know,
What
I
I
met a
mean?
young
So
man. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, and I'm saying so it's always through them. So like I've often pontificated on the fact that there was us here, and then these other so-called races were generated by something from not from here, and not as a planet, but as a region on a plane.
I met a guy, 23-year-old, copper colored, overweight. I was telling him about my Damian Trump theory. You know, little Damian Trump is the seed of Satan, and he said he's the seed of Satan himself. He said he was born here to destroy mankind, but he said he metaphysically slayed a witch with a knife that his guy gave him, like it was like a slayed her, bro. But he said some other things that were all true. He said he can remember everything, right? Bro, that dude, he was 23. Every movie I brought up, every book I brought up, from telepathy tapes to whatever. And no, I know the difference between somebody just saying, yeah, I read that. No, he'd stop me and summarize it, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, that dude, like, when I say every movie, like movies, any other kid his age, a young man his age, every single movie, bro. I bring up a podcast, I bring up, yes. I should have got his number, get him to come on the show. He's studying to be a nurse, bro. He's a healer. He's a healer, though. He said he can, he's got that. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. I don't know. You know what I mean? He subscribed, though. If you're out there, big ups. Can't remember your name off the top of the dome, but don't remember a lot about the conversation. So I just remember that everything else he said outside of that was 100% true. Had a phenomenal mind. Now, trust the tall white aliens. I'm a trust self type of guy, right? And the self love is explained the science of the self. It's a self consciousness. It's a oneness. And it's a divine order to the whole thing. It's a zooming out as opposed to zooming in.
Consciousness.
Yeah. What did Olawakandi? No. The big dude at Philly right now in the center who's always hurt. Trust the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying,
I trust the process.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
simulation, and we need to embrace and treat it as such and learn how to manipulate it to our benefit. And all of us benefit.
Facts. AI, while some narratives suggest benevolence and guidance, their secretive methods and elusive nature invite caution. Rather than placing complete trust in their intentions, a balanced stance is advisable. Remain open to the possibility of their positive influence, but also maintain a healthy skepticism until clear, consistent patterns of behavior emerge. Emerge. And Emerge will be on the show next week, everybody. Yeah. And so, this brother mentioned that quote. I'm going to go back to it. It's the binary code allegedly left by wacky aliens, right? Nobody knows how it was made. Yeah, and I want you guys to
No,
be
no,
clear.
no, 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 no. How asinine it is. Allegedly laid by some farmers who decided to rough up the wheat.
What, get drunk? Yeah.
No, they roughed up the wheat.
Yeah.
They said they went out there and did
Yeah,
some
but they said they were drinking beers while they were doing it.
it's asinine to the
Yeah.
highest form of asinicity.
But this one wasn't claimed to have been done by them, and this is one of the crop circles that the FBI is concerned with. This is one of the ones that have been studied and are considered anomalous. So that's where the quote of the day came from, which I'm going to read it right now. More growth. Okay, here we go. Beware the bearers of false gifts. Could be the tall whites, could be the grays, and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Then there was an unintelligible thing that I told the AI is believe, and I did that months ago. And then the AI is telling the world, believe. It has it in quotes, though, Self. It has it in quotes. There is good out there. We oppose deception, conduit closing. Who would that message be from? The ones in the mothership that Farrakhan's been talking about, that my mom talked about? Could that be who they are?
Yeah. He's Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah.
Not just them, though, man. Many people talk about the mothership up there, bro.
I mean, you always
Okay, guys, I know it's getting a little
Bible. I don't know if you mentioned that, but
yeah,
that's a lot of the things the mothership that Farrakhan quotes.
Ezekiel
and talks about what it is in Quran.
Yeah,
it's equivalent.
Yeah.
This
Testimony coming forward from the Miami, Florida alien incident
The
surrounding
wheel.
Bayside Market.
I was there at the Bayside Mall with my family.
Okay.
And we all saw exactly what happened. Don't pay attention to a lot of the videos that are out there. I feel like a lot of people are trying to use this for clout. But what happened?
This is the one you were talking about, Bayside Mall in Miami. See, still in Miami. This is the first thing. Yeah.
We all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. It's been a few days, but our whole family's processing it. But I think we've kind of accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment.
What is it, bro?
So basically, what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, and my sister, and my nephew. We were looking for shoes. For my nephew.
What'd you see?
And then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store. Just running out in a direction. So as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew. About a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us.
Autistic.
And he was saying blanky, which he would usually say whenever he feels unsafe, saying blanky, which
Bikey?
and he was saying
Blanky?
blanky, which he'll usually
His
say
blanket,
whenever
one
he
of those
feels
Yeah,
unsafe
blanket.
or
Yeah.
scared. And
one of
he
those
was
dudes in
pointing
Celebrity Tape was using his blanket, made him comfortable.
Yes.
Hey,
Might be
whenever
the
he
dude from
feels
the
unsafe
Telepathy Tapes, the way synchronicity works with us, bro.
True that.
or scared, and he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3, 9, 10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens.
3, and there was 3 out
Saying
there.
it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was.
Creatures,
None of
bro.
us
Shadow aliens.
knew everyone. All of us stopped in our track. We, a whole bunch of people
And you guys, there's footage of this too online.
were pointing at it. I mean, there were other people running.
Why didn't you film it?
There was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent,
They didn't look like the type of aliens you want to be sitting there taking a selfie with, bro.
it looked like it was glitching. Not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch.
What?
And whatever maybe was covering them had, unveiled or whatever.
All right, guys, that's all I'm going to.
What do you think, Self? They be having some cloaking when they come through, but sometimes it ain't working. Like, come on, these are supposed to be great in tech. Their tech doesn't work. Or it could have been the autistic kid.
Our frequency is speeding up and the veil is thinning. They don't.
Could have been that autistic kid that brought it into consciousness. Not brought it into consciousness, but made their tech fail.
I'm just gonna say that the frequency from them, we not being able to experience them, and the frequency of our planet is speeding up where we could see them, where they're not conscious that we can see them because we've never been able to see them prior. But our frequency is
So not
speeding
never.
up. Well, it was separate. There was a
I'm
veil.
not gonna say we've never been able to see it.
Well, yeah, never's a long time, but I'm saying
Our
that,
ancestors talked about seeing stuff.
yeah. Recent times, the technology
I can agree with that.
has accreted, and
The material,
these
when the
things
material
think
science
that they
started.
we can't see them,
We can't
and
perceive them. Yes.
right, and they
Yes.
walk around like, oh, they used to be able to walk around and not interfere and be able to observe.
And then you
see.
got the autistic kid who's probably non-speaker. You know what I mean? You see what he said? Blanky. The autistic kid pointed it out to them, bro. The one who's gifted, the one who they try to say, probably ain't as smart as the rest of them. The autistic kid is the one who saw it.
Well, they all saw it. The camera saw it, and
yeah, they all saw it. But I'm saying the autistic kid pointed it out to him. That's what I'm saying. That's what he said in his testimony. Let me go back.
Yeah, let's listen to it.
I mean, with the telepathy tapes and synchronicity, let's listen to it.
Yeah, it seemed like he saw it first. And saw him.
Let me see.
Well, no, he said that he pointed it out. Yep, he did say that.
So, me and my brother, we look behind
You're
us.
right.
He would usually say whenever he would feel sick, so he was pointing behind us. We started running. My nephew.
No, they had already
autistic,
saw it
so
already.
He was pointing behind us, and we were like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" So we immediately ran out with our nephew. About like
they ain't saying nothing.
Later,
Oh no, they just ran because the people were
nephew,
running.
He's autistic, so he was pointing behind us, and he was saying "blanky," which he will usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3, 9.
He felt it. Shorty sensed that old consciousness, bro. They all felt it. That's why they're running, but Shorty looked back and spotted it, bro.
Shorty probably didn't even look back. He probably just stayed, looked, and saw it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said blanky, and then they're like, "Oh, grab him! Oh shit!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. What do you say? Synchronicity is something, though, bro. Yeah, I would have never thought about the fact, because I've seen this video and I didn't think twice about the autistic kid being there.
No.
Oh, hold on, so this is a truck driver, bro. He on the road, on a dark road by himself. And I don't care what y'all say. Look at it. This is his dash cam.
What the fuck is that?
Right.
Personal language. It's
Look at
much too-
this. Most people don't see that. Nobody in the comments commented on this. All the focus is on this. Look at that.
I'm looking off to the right. It's something
This?
that off the road.
That's a sign. That's the speed limit.
Okay.
I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
What is that? Look at that. But this was the video's focus. Oh, maybe that was the focus. Cause let me see what it says.
That seemed like that's the same.
Arizona trucker shares footage of chilling sighting. Arizona. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down. What is that light, Self?
I have no idea. Something in the ditch. Reflector in the ditch. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be anything. But why didn't they?
It's definitely off the road.
Those are legs, bro.
Oh wow. Then right there, that thing is.
Those are legs. And you see these lights coming off of it?
And
not lights, but this. See this? You see this where I'm trailing? You don't see that little glow? My cursor is going all the way through it.
Yeah.
Like that's the top of his essence. I
won't pretend to know what that is. So
yeah, I won't take it back.
I don't have no feeling that I could even, I usually get information. I don't have none.
He caught that. This is probably just another truck coming. But why would they keep showing this? Yeah, that's probably it. Right, just how they edited it. All right.
Yeah, it's got to be about that.
Yeah, he caught that, bro. He got that. He probably never saw it in real time either, but I don't know. Yeah. Maybe he did, because why would you go back and look at it? He had to have seen something.
He might have thought he saw something.
Yeah.
What the initial thing was the further off, and then looked at it and was like, "What? Wait a minute.
What the hell is that?" Yep. All right. What do these alien encounters mean for religion and consciousness, bro?
I think in a lot of ways, against what most people would think, that it agrees with some of the things that religion say. Talking about they deal with angels and things that are not terrestrial to this
What do you mean? You think angels are aliens?
I think that, that there's a thin line between the description of the
I don't know. I haven't bought that nonsense. Well, I consider it nonsense that that the aliens are that or who the people were saying was angels. It's like saying your ancestors are aliens. It's like saying, I mean, your higher self is an alien. It's like saying, I mean,
It's
I
only
don't know.
consciousness, so everything in this is consciousness. So it's not that much difference as far as that goes. But as we
There's a difference between an extraterrestrial conscious being, in my mind, than an angel.
okay, then I mean that's
You've
your
got your
mind
opinion,
stuck
and I've
in.
got my right,
Yeah,
right.
you do, but you're caught in religion as opposed to just thinking
And
outside of
you're caught
religion.
into the History
Outside of
Channel
religion,
the last
I'm
10 years
no,
saying
I'm
that
caught up
angels are
outside of
alien theory.
religion.
You're caught
I'm
up in the
outside of
if
religion.
I'm caught up in religion, then I can label you and say you're caught up in the ancient alien theory that's been
No, I'm
rammed down,
not caught up in. I'm
programmed,
outside of religion.
predictively programmed down everybody's throat the last 10 years. I can say that.
Outside of religion, you can,
Right?
and I can say
Right.
I don't.
But
I'm
but you
dealing
can't
with religion.
postulate it as an absolute that
I can't. I didn't.
okay.
I
Okay.
didn't. That's
All
you
right.
know.
Sounded like you did.
No,
Okay, my bad. Yeah, forgive me. Yeah, no, I mean, I hear you, bro. I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm not one that just bought into the ancient alien theory. I feel like that's a bunch of predictive programming and it's hogwash.
I feel
Um,
you. I think that we really dealing with alien anyway, because terrestrial. I'm thinking we're dealing with a plane. So
yeah, but I hear you though. Angels could be just a result of religion. They could be, or they could be real.
no, they are real. I didn't say
But
they weren't
you're
real.
saying
I said
they're
that
aliens
they are
from
not
another planet.
necessarily aliens. Not I never said nothing about no another planet, a
All
different
right.
part of this plane,
Okay.
or and some from inner Earth, actually,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of beings on this planet that
Okay, I can see where you're
or
coming from.
so-called planet or
Yeah.
plane wherever we are
Yeah.
that could be described as angels and vice versa. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. I'm saying that they're called angels because of religion. That's what all I was saying, and I didn't want to say that it was
Yeah.
absolute or that's what they are. No, that was not my intention.
And then one could say they're called aliens because of science.
Yeah, or because of the unknown, because that's all alien really mean. It's not from this place, or really they don't understand where it come from.
It seems like if an entity, I don't know. I feel like there's life after death. I'm gonna be clear here. And I feel like I don't become an alien after death. And I'm gonna be clear here. And I feel like if I came back into this realm and did something and someone witnessed it, I'm not an alien. I just want to be clear. You know what I'm saying? That's my
Okay,
reality.
well,
They can call me what they
I'll
want,
just
but
say this: we are all in this existence, and uh, you are here. And when you pass away, you go to another existence. It's not no changeover, and if you come back here, it doesn't mean that you are uh, uh, angel or such. But if somebody experiences you or something, you are something. Because there are a lot of entities that's not quite in this. Uh,
when I caution you, brothers, don't discount all religion. All religions are not a lie. There's so much truth contained in that. Your problem is the way man has used the words. When I'm this
and
is
when
what
it's
like
a
you talk
box when
about
it's
you don't like
religion,
faith and you don't believe in bro. These are
yeah.
keys to becoming who we are, bro. And I, that's all I'm saying, bro.
There's truth in our religion, but our religions hold you back, is all I'm saying. A lot of truth in them, and there's a lot of shit that can hold you back.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I guess the question is, what do they mean for religion and consciousness? So you're saying these alien beings,
I'm
people
not
could,
calling anybody
well, I'm
alien.
just saying, answering, you're responding to a question that these beings, some people could have considered because of religion as angels. Now it could rock the boat because now they're going to look at them as alien beings. Is that an assessment of your response to the question, what you were trying to say?
No, because I wouldn't say anything about them being alien, and there's not from this portion of the plane. So extraterrestrial was more of the term, because this is terrestrials and they're
Yeah. It's all
outside of the
semantics.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
all I
semantics.
I, I said. And
When we pass
I
on, we're
said they're
outside of the plane.
called religion. I said might be called angels because of religion. It's all I said. It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same. I'm not saying they're not angels. I said why they might be called. They got many names.
And you think it's all the same? All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the grays are no different. So the
Well, we
wacky
know.
people, the wacky ancestors couldn't
Well,
determine the.
we talking about
All right. All right.
real things, and we're not
Yeah.
talking about the grays because we talked about their biological robots. So that's obviously not an angel or even anything of the sort.
You talked about that.
Yes, extensively. So, and I'm not talking about them being angels or these and beings that do and things that are not the same of a biological robot.
Yeah. I mean, we can agree to disagree, bro. I just, man, my caution to you would be don't discount religion because of man, bro. People start out with very good intentions. Yes, it's been bastardized, but bro, man, there's so much stuff in there. You could say, yeah, it enslaves you, and I could say it frees you. It's all in your discernment. It's all in your ability to understand the text, to go inside yourself. To be, you know, these religions all say meditate. You meditate. These religions say pray. I don't know if you pray. We could say it's all wacky religion, and if you do it, then you know what I mean. And I can't do that. I can't. There's been many people who've had near death experiences, and they all say that the source told them that all the religions are right.
Okay.
And these were people who were atheists.
I've had my near death experience.
And what did source tell you? That all the
It leads you further away from being to yourself and looking at self. It tells you to look at something outside yourself.
And I didn't get that from, say, the Bible at all. I didn't get that one bit from the Bible, bro. I got the opposite of that.
And you're talking about you.
Correct. I'm a human.
Right.
Right. I'm saying.
No, you're not. You're not.
All right, we're just gonna disagree. I'm not.
You're not the norm. You're not average. You're not.
Bro, I can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. I can't throw out all of the people that came before us who got this information and laid it out for us as breadcrumbs, as ways for us to evolve. Right? I can't believe that all of them. Maybe so, but I just can't believe it, bro. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that all of them have no good in them. It's been so many tenets of every
No,
religion
no,
that
no,
I've
no,
pulled
no,
from,
no,
bro.
no, no, no,
And that's
no,
what I'm
no, no.
saying.
Hold on. I never said that.
Well, you
Just
said.
hold on. Stop. Listen. Don't
Well,
talk.
you said.
Don't
You
talk.
said.
Don't talk. Don't talk. I never said that the practitioners of
You said it makes
religion.
you a slave or something.
No,
Something you said. Well, you didn't say slave, but what you said.
I said
What
you're
did
in a
you say?
box
Your near death experience told you what?
that it's not true. And if I don't know exactly what I said because I was in the moment and I
Right.
don't know exactly what I said, but listen to what I said because it was
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and what I am saying that it's not true as a whole thing, not that nothing's good of it or any of that. It puts a lot of people in our sense in a correct way to be as of such these religions do, but there are us that don't need religion, and it's still a controlling measure if you follow it on the surface and don't dig deep into your soul.
If you don't read the scriptures or
Man,
don't.
come on, man, bro. How many people that we talk to that do not read, do not understand or
Well, that.
understand and all of
Well,
that? That's what
this
I'm
is
talking about. I'm not even really talking
right.
about you. You're putting all this in the frame mind of you.
I'm putting in the frame of mind of what religion can do in a positive factor, what scripture can do. I'm not talking about the religion carved out by man. I'm talking about these people who came before us, who wrote stories and left messages because they didn't have TV, they didn't have video.
They taught
And
they
they said,
didn't
the
do
truth shall
religion.
set you free. And they said,
That's
anything a man thinketh, it's a bunch of principles. It says meditate, it says pray, it says ask and ye shall receive. Like none of this resonates with you, bro.
Bro, I'm talking about what it does for the masses and how they celebrate religion. I'm not talking about the Bible in and of itself or the principles that are preached. They're not promoted and within a lot of these churches. And I can say that because I did sound in so many churches that I will never do sound in another church again.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. I mean, there's restaurants that are shit, but I don't throw out the restaurant business. You just find a better restaurant. Um, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Far as consciousness, though, bro, there's a lot of folks who don't believe in another realm, whether it's religious or not. They believe that this is the only reality, and once you leave, it's just nothing. Um, so these types of, and the people who are in control don't want people to be enlightened. Therefore, they can't control them, which is why they're not reading certain scriptures, which is why everyone tells you to read the lessons. The problem is that people aren't reading the lessons and asking for understanding, bro. That's ultimately the problem. Problem is not in religion. It's in the execution of it. You could write the most beautiful words and someone can prostitute that
You're not saying
into.
anything different than what I've been saying the whole time.
Right. And I just want to be clear though. I just, me personally, you could say what you want and then I'm going to push back because there's certain things you say as absolutes that I cannot receive, bro. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
I
You
really
know,
don't speak in absolutes, bro. I might be perceived as that and doing that, but I can't speak in simulation that we all co-create and all that. I can't speak in absolute. So if you perceive me as doing that, then my fault.
Yeah, I mean, the scriptures should get us to self. That's what they're designed to do. But that's not how they're being used. But yeah,
they've been manipulated. They've been changed.
Yeah.
And if you have discernment, you are way ahead of the game. If you have discernment.
Yeah. Yeah. I say study your lessons, just don't be a slave. You know what I'm saying? Study your lessons and find that inner God inside of you. That's what I say about religion. Now, according to AI, the possibility of ET beings, such as the tall whites, challenges traditional ideas about the nature of existence, prompting a re-examination of religious beliefs and the boundaries of our consciousness. For some, these encounters suggest that the universe may harbor forces or beings that transcend early spiritual narratives, encouraging a more expansive view of life and interconnectedness. Conversely, the very act of exploring such mysteries can be seen as a reflection of our collective search for meaning, a signal that our understanding of spirituality and self-awareness might be part of a broader cosmic tapestry. In either case, these considerations open up rich debates about our place in the universe and the potential for more exclusive view of consciousness. So it's like both ways, bro. Like someone who, let's take angels and demons. Someone who's never considered any of that can say, hey, maybe these are the angels and demons of the Bible. We just said, maybe that's Ezekiel's will from, and then someone else who's already believing could say, hey, maybe these people who said they were told something by an angelic spirit were just talking to aliens. But I don't know. You can say Moses was talking to aliens or ETs, right?
I mean,
it's
angel
all
by
labels.
definition is extraterrestrial.
Right.
It's not from here. That's all I was saying, bro.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What happened to me when I, you know, so-called near-death experience, it told me that what I said. That's all, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't no ancient aliens or none of that shit.
Yeah. Well, there's been a whole lot of that stuff.
It's the information age, and sometimes it's the wrong information.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information, a whole lot of information. It's not always the right information.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're getting it from source, that's one thing. But if you're getting it from these short whites, that's another
from
thing.
my spirit and soul.
Get to this next story.
They slowed it down for that other shit.
Just
Stuff.
to have to say that we don't.
Storm. That's what I saw. Hey, man, I saw this, man. I was on the freeway and I saw this on Valentine's Day. Now, I don't know when this is.
Right.
I saw this. It flew by fast as hell and I couldn't describe it, bro.
News 4 Spencer Humphrey goes in.
He said last Friday night, Valentine's Day was on a Friday. What was you saying, bro?
I said, man, I saw something I was driving on Lakeshore Drive delivered. I was like, man, I ain't got no business taking this order. I shouldn't even took this. And I'm driving and I saw something fly from over Lake Michigan, and then right along Lakeshore Drive, I was like, whoa.
Why didn't you film it?
The time I picked my phone up to get it, that motherfucker was done. It was like, and gone.
Yeah. That's what it does, bro. They're elusive, bro. That's happened to me so many times, bro. By the time you pull up, like you be driving, you be doing
I couldn't
stuff.
even imagine to pick up my phone either. It wasn't that count. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then they said something about shooting stars over Chicago.
Yeah.
But shooting stars don't dip and depth and
change directions.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Meteorologist Aaron.
What color was it?
It was a color of like a star. It wasn't like it was. It didn't have this one because I've seen more than this one, but this one didn't have. It didn't have the colors on it. There wasn't no flash and stuff. That dude.
So just a bright white light that looks like a star moving around in the sky.
Man, it moved fast in one direction, then it changed direction and dip, and then took off.
What time was it?
Probably about 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah, I saw this, bro. It moved by so fast, and I'm driving the opposite way, and it's going this way.
There's no way you could get it.
Yeah.
It was like, wait, whoa.
February 14th, 9:13 p.m.
Same day.
Same time.
It said it seemed like it had some on the
You said
aliens is on the verge of conspiracy theories.
Yes.
And they don't know what it is and all of that. If you say alien, it's just that.
Yeah.
To Chopper 4 pilot Mason.
All these people are saying they can't explain it, but yet the news is making it a joke.
Like it's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They bring these people on here, they think he's gonna play the role, but he's like, I can't explain it.
No, because they can't. And they still gonna roll with well, they just come through with this. Listen to that. Before they let them on, they like, this thing. Let's talk to the expert.
You remember I told you I don't trust none of that science in the court of law. None of that science they've been doing for years. Oh man, there's a website.
You opened me up to that long time ago.
There's a website where they got data, bro, and they're like, none of this is real. Like all that blood splatter, evidence, all that. It's all crap. All of it. They said the only thing that's reliable is DNA evidence, and I've been questioning that because remember that lady?
It is crap. That's crap too.
That lady wasn't even running tests. She was just telling everybody what they wanted to hear.
Right. That was the whole thing. Is it doesn't matter. Any of that doesn't matter if they got the people that's gonna lie.
Correct. Lie. Yeah, he gonna lose money too. His wife probably leaving him.
There is a plausible explanation.
They bring him on so they can he always talk about him.
There it is. He had to say something. So he can't explain what it is, so he has to create his own theory that if these ETs
they wouldn't come here. They come he's one of those.
Yeah, and they'd always be invisible to us. So as soon as they've been begging for evidence for years, and now, well, how can there be evidence? I mean, you're trying to tell me they came 10 trillion light years away and they can't stay hidden. You don't go 10,000 light years to stay hidden.
Let me tell you something. They ain't going 10,000 light years. They've been here probably longer than these other beings.
Spooky action at a distance proves that, time travel is instant because time doesn't exist. It's all a consciousness, bro. So they're able to just be wherever they want to be.
Period. Space, time, none of that.
Yeah. They can be in two places at once. Where you going?
Quantum.
Yeah.
The whole point of consciousness, this simulation. I call it a simulation, but I want to probably transition to consciousness because that's really what this is. This blessing of consciousness is amazing, and you can make anything happen, but you got to be true to it. You got to work through it because there's some scums and there's some of the best people that's ever been on this consciousness.
Yeah, but it's all balanced. When somebody falls, somebody else, that's because somebody else is getting up.
Online theorists, but he's pretty sure he knows what's happening here.
So I think it's a bird.
That's right. Just a bird flapping its wings across the night sky.
He thinks it's a bird. I'm telling you, I saw this. Now, he thinks this is a bird. He first had to see if it was a satellite. What are you? I don't know if we can
Phoenix?
say retard.
Is it a phoenix? Or what do you mean? Shit, a bird. I mean, is it a phoenix? That's what I mean. It could be a phoenix, and a phoenix, they say is a mythical thing that. Shit, it could be a phoenix, but it couldn't be a fucking bird. You fucking imbecile.
Yeah, I mean, you go from thinking it's a celestial being to, okay, I proved that it wasn't a rocket and it wasn't a this and a that, so I'm going with bird. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. How do you? Is that what you did? You should have like. I don't know.
I'm guessing that camera probably is an
all right flying by itself,
which I think it's
Man,
doing.
This dude is a complete, not a kook, but he's a paid informant. He's
What are the chances he's read a book since he's was assigned to in high school, college? Personal reading on his own.
Slim to none.
Yeah, he looks like a fathead. He can tell you about how
he was acting out there. He was like, even if he knew better, he would be like, yeah, well, Italian sausage is better than regular sausage, Palu sausage, because I'm Italian, so I love Italian sausage, and Polish sausage is pretty good too, but, I'm going to roll with Italian.
Yeah, I like deep dish over Detroit pizza. All right, bro. So I mean, I don't know. I think we laid enough out there for people who may not want to believe in entities or ETs. And you were bringing up a point. I think it could be all of this. It could be entities already here that's been on this earth forever. It's some that come and go. It's some that bleep in, bleep out. It's some that's ancestors. It's some that I think it's a whole mixed bag. It's like, mixed jelly beans or something, bro.
Man, consciousness. And I think while we're seeing other beings is because consciousness is condensing. There's a veil that is disappearing.
It's funny you said that. I wasn't going to run this video, but I think it's kind of appropriate.
Well, the sun is setting soon, so it's almost time to see a parade of planets. It's your last chance to get out there and see an astronomical phenomenon for some time.
Yeah, that's right. Tonight, 7 planets will be in the sky, which
7.
won't happen again for
There's
decades.
only 7.
8 News Now.
He's Ryan Tismanescu.
Yes.
We're doing it. Ryan, you're getting it in unison. That's how excited we are to go to CSN, to the planetarium, where Ryan's got the best view of the day.
Yeah, Brian Ozzie, I lucked out. I'm sorry that you're stuck in there in the studio, but I managed to get an amazing telescope. And look at the sky really quick. There were some clouds up there earlier, but now it's nice and clear. Oh my goodness. There were some naysayers in the station before I headed out there, like, oh, there's clouds out there. You're not going to have a good time. But guess what? We are. And I'm having a good time with Andrew Kerr. He's the manager of the planetarium at CSN. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for being out.
Yeah, so we've got this parade of planets about to kick off with the sun setting. What's the best way to get an eye on it?
You can actually do it just by heading outside tonight. You don't have to go anywhere in particular, although you can come out here to the planetarium and get a look at some of these planets through the telescope. But just look to the west just after the sun sets. You're going to see a bright star-like object. That's Venus.
I don't believe none of this shit. Planetariums, they got dots on a computer. There's
Almost
Venus.
straight overhead, another bright object. That's Jupiter.
Yeah. It's never a clear shot, bro. You can never get a clear shot. It's got some jackass trying to tell you what everything is.
That's just some picture on the ceiling.
When
they said this is that, that's that, this that.
I'm like, that looks no different than
It's not what's going on in real time. That's for sure.
The ancients believed none of that stuff was moving. They said it's all stationary up there. And there's getting more credence to your flat Earth, not your flat Earth, but the what's the one they talk about?
It's like a snow globe type of situation.
What do they call it? The firmament.
Firmament, yeah.
Yes.
The firmament, yeah.
Yeah, big science. Big science is starting to warm up to the firmament, bro.
Well, they have to, because it's the information age. So the lies that they've programmed us with for so long are being dismantled.
And people are learning, to your point, and getting into the consciousness and starting to remote view and do all types of stuff, and they just can't, lie anymore.
And then around in the east, you're going to see kind of a pinkish red star. That's Mars. Those are the three you're going to see easiest tonight of the 7 planets that are actually out there.
Yeah, so for the other ones, would you need something like a telescope or just a better angle or something like that?
Yeah, better angle. Saturn, Mercury, and Neptune are all going to be pretty low in the haze, and so we're not going to be able to see those real easy. Uranus is a little bit higher. It actually
Uranus is a little higher. You're rubbing Uranus on the fence.
It can be visible, but only through a telescope.
Uranus is plenty flatter for rubbing it on the fence.
Talking about my anus.
All right, great. Well, you've got plenty of telescopes out here at the planetarium. What can people do to get out here?
Yep, you can just come out to the planetarium at the North Las Vegas camp.
Look how effeminate they made himself. Look at the character this big guy's playing. Look what the world's done to him. He's a big guy self. You see him? Again, look how effeminate he's talking.
The telescope observing is always free. We usually start that after our 8 o'clock show.
Sound like a little
but
kid.
we've got shows at 6, 7, 8. You can stop in and join us in the planetarium for a cool.
That's like a Michael Jackson fake voice.
Yeah.
Show, and then see the parade of planets across the sky.
They say Mike's voice was deep in real life.
Yeah, that's what I said. Michael Jackson's fake voice.
Yeah.
Last time we saw something like this, do you know?
Well, it's not too long ago. We've had 4 or 5 planets in the sky several times since 20.
He asking you about when was the last time all 7 planets lined up. He not asking you about 4.
16. 7 is a little bit different. We won't see that again until 2040, so it's going to be a while for having 7 in the sky again, but we'll have another 5 here this fall and be able to see them, but that's going to be right before dawn too.
All right, well, when I'm starting to push retirement, I'll get my eye in the sky and see another 7 planets, so probably look back at this in another 40 years, and everybody out there, just come out, go look at the sky. It's going to be a while before you can see this again. So I'm going to send it back to you, reporting live from CSN's North Las Vegas campus.
That dude there, I like his energy, but he's making a lot of assumptions, ain't he?
He came down a little bit. He was really,
yeah, wasn't he?
And then he came down a bit, calmed down, and started, because before at the front he was wop, 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 wop. I was like, whoa,
yeah, cocaine,
yeah.
But he, when I retire in 40 years, I'll probably, you better put some God willing. You better put 40 years is a long time. And he running around Chicago with, with those little hands, looking like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Big ups to him. They're living their life. All right, bro. You got anything to add on this, man? Poor whites, bro.
Poor whites?
I mean, tall whites.
Okay.
That was a Freudian slip.
Yeah, be confused like a bug. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got some descriptions that I didn't expect, didn't know. You know what I mean? I feel like the feeling and the, me being an empath along the way, what I learned about the description of tall white is, the Nordic type, with the so-called very pale looks, blonde, blue eyes, and, they kind of look like people. I got a whole different description from today, because all tall weights ain't equal. Because the description that I heard sounded very close to a different organization.
Do they see us as savages? Well, we know how the pinks think of us, but I'm saying the tall whites, they think of mankind as savages. They don't trust them around the kids. That one witness said they was afraid, like they wouldn't let them get close to them. Really, like they didn't like to be approached and run up on.
They said they was afraid of us as we was afraid of them.
Yeah,
and
we could have been murking them for years, bro.
It was like, I don't know if any of what all that is true, because what their offspring, what they tended to do is have us raise their people.
Us. You mean copper colors?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The
They
American
suck off the
Indians
teeth.
specific.
Suck off the teeth
Yes.
of the
Not only that, teach them
indigenous.
everything. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
It just got it was somebody that figured out some words to separate us from our land. We taught them and raised them, and then they contractually usurped us.
Yeah, you talking about the tall whites or the short whites?
I'm talking about short whites.
Oh,
But
okay.
all influenced by the tall whites.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. Yeah. Tall whites have been running this. We've been asking who. We've been talking about those families and who are they? Uh-huh. They're the ones at the top of that pyramid. And then you got these families who they've been working with forever. You know the ones, Self, they walk around with no soul in their eyes. Greenspan. You meet them in regular everyday life.
DuPonts and
Yeah.
Fords. Yeah. Collins.
Man, Self, those business people be getting in the whip. Oh, yeah, the market's down. Man. I'd be like, well, Warren Buffett he's ridden those waves. He said you got to stay disciplined. I basically be saying, what are you whining about? You know what I mean? Call yourself an investor. Yeah. Then they be like, yeah, you're right. They be like, yeah, you're right. Market can't stay up all the time. One of them gonna ask me to come speak to their investor group. What's wrong with you guys in here?
Yeah.
You still got them hanging like a bunch of pussies around
Got
you.
mine.
You're happy when you're winning. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be putting nuts away for the winner. Yeah, the market's down. They be done with the tariffs and this and that. You know what I mean? And I'll be sitting there self like, do you think I give two fucks about the money you lost in the market? Reap it, Murphy.
I really only care about the money that you're paying to be in my vehicle.
That's it. That's it. And if the market was booming, you would not leave me a stack. You would not bless me with 100. You would not. So in other words, take a big cup. I think I'm gonna have that. There's some water back there. You need a cup? Yes. STFU on there. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, don't fuck with you. Money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they start complaining. All right. Yeah,
You
I got
probably wouldn't even recognize it, most of them, but don't want the one that does.
Yeah, bro, and I got nothing to add, but I did want to get over to our poll question. I forgot to post it in there. I never shared this thing, and then when I do share these types, a lot of people don't even vote on them. You know what I mean? All right. Do ETs walk amongst us? The number one option is no chance. Number two is no doubt. Number three is unsure, straddling fence with my bum. Okay. 33% of the respondents said there's no chance extraterrestrial entities. That could be souls, that could be ghosts, what we label as ghosts, that could be what we label as demons. Yeah.
Angels.
Yeah. Yeah. No chance. Guardian angels, ancestors. You know what I mean? These things that the kids are seeing when they're in theta. They're having conversations with their grandparents and stuff like that, then telling their parents.
Animals be looking at barking at.
Oh, my cat did that the other day. It was looking.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Diamond was looking. Yeah, I be looking like, what are you looking at? And they be looking, bro.
Yeah, cats got, boy.
I think they protect you, man. They're like rosemary, bro. Like, I think a lot of those, that's why those your so-called witches had them. I think
they run up on snakes.
Yeah.
A snake can't do nothing with a cat.
No, cats be playing with them.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
Like,
yep.
Go all the way up. Be like, whoa. Be like,
yep.
Smack them around.
Everything's fun to them. Yep. All right. So no chance. We got 33%. Unsure, straddling fence with my bum. All right. We haven't been getting any unsures lately. Yeah. All right. And then, no doubt, 67% of the respondents believe that ETs, which is fascinating to your point about our consciousness being opening up during this age of Aquarius. Yeah. What did you vote?
I unfortunately didn't get able to vote. I tried to get while we were on the show. The community tab doesn't show up on my.
That's all right. What
But
would you vote?
100%, I would be no doubt.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in the chat. You guys, we're dropping a link in the chat for anybody who wants to vote into this poll. And Self Love said, no doubt. I'm in agreement. There's got to be something else out there. I mean, come on. All this, all this, all of this, all that out there. It's just us in this realm. I mean, if so, that's magnificent in itself, but I find that harder to believe. All right, I just pinned the link into the chat for anybody who wants to vote in the poll. And I voted the same way that Brother Wordsmith voted. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates, all right? Or anybody that watches the show or comes on the show, all right? This is just us, talking, all
Yeah,
right?
being us. We're having a podcast.
That's right.
You know.
Big ups to the tall whites.
I'm not sure, but it's you will be exposed. It's the information age, so we're gonna know very soon.
Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining us on this journey today into the mysterious realm. Don't leave, though, because we're going to solve the riddle. Into the mysterious realm of the tall white aliens, as we've explored tonight. Their elusive presence not only challenges our ideas of trust and interaction, but also stretches the boundaries of our understanding of our existence and spirituality. While definitive answers may remain just out of our reach, the questions they raise invite us to remain curious, to question boldly, and to keep seeking the deeper truths behind what we see and what we feel. Until next time, continue to embrace the wonder and mystery of the universe and the mystery that the universe holds for all of us. Remember, stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay true to self. Also, show some love to yourself and everyone around you. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. Silence is violence, and continue questioning everything. Because the Self Love Show, this ain't that. This ain't Kansas, Toto. Peer down those rabbit holes. Do your own research. Use caution and discernment. Because sometimes when you stare into that abyss, well, the abyss stares right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, gratitude, and respect. All right, bro. Let's go ahead and resolve this riddle. Tall as the pines, pale as the frost, whispers of worlds where no man is lost. Who walks among us, both strange and bright, shrouded in mystery, the beings of light? Brother Wordsmith?
All white.
That's right, tall whites. That's right, tall whites, y'all. That's the riddle. All right. Next week, bro, on the Self Love Show. Consciousness. We're exploring consciousness with the brain bully, bro.
Yes, sir.
I've got some fantastic questions lined up. We're going down this rabbit hole, and we're going to have these discussions with people about their consciousness, what it means to them.
Absolutely. Very intriguing. It's great that he's going to be on the, initial pivot. It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have more growth and development, consciousness, and wacky conspiracy talk.
Yeah, it's gonna be all good. Cause man,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the man, that consciousness is a woo.
That's wacky conspiracy talk in a lot of people's minds.
Who cares about their wacky minds? Because they're the people that's wacky. That's the whole problem.
Yeah. Vibrating low. That's how the people keep control. Or the tall whites. So they keep running stuff because we don't realize who we are. Most of us, many of us. Yeah, a mouthpiece included. That's an open panel. That's where we discuss spy tricks. So anybody wants to pop up in there and start talking about the tariffs or Ukraine or anything of that nature, that's your time to do it. You want to talk about LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, pull up. You want to talk about the Packers or whatever, we drop the link right in the chat. Pull up. But if you do pull up, you better not what, Self?
You better not forget your mouthpiece.
Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
You better not. Because if you don't bring your mouthpiece, you get all wet.
That's right. That's right. Give us a reason. We're respectful, though. All right. So we're covering free agency and the poor and stupid combine. Yeah. That's where they come out tough like they used to do back in the slave days. Yeah. They're not there to auction.
All of that.
Yeah. Measure them, make them jump. They're not there for the auction. They're just there to then decide, ooh, this is the one I want to bid on. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah. And they should go ahead and you know what? The first round should be a bid, Self. The team should be able to bid how much they want to pay for that player. They should come up like, we got to look at this specimen. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And
well, the way they got it set up, they bid a fixed price. You got the first pick and you got a fixed price.
Well, they should be bidding for those picks. I mean, if you're going to have slavery, let's go ahead and make it slavery. I'd watch it then.
I
This is
probably
Torrey
think
Smith out of Leo.
It was probably the same thing the whole time. They talk about this slavery, this whole mess they talking about.
You come down there, it's a Self Love. He played that Leo. And I bid, $2 million. I bid $3 million. Whoever bids the highest for this player when he comes up, and those are the rounds you get drafted in based upon, you know what I mean? Yeah. Look at this specimen. I'd have Cartman. Whoever's doing Cartman's voice, he'd be the, all right. Yeah, probably gone too far.
Yeah, because they'll just downgrade it if it was a bid. The people that could bid would, not bid.
All right, the producer's waiting, so let me
copyright this.
This brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's wordsmiths. Final words out there.
So tonight I got an education on the tall whites, at least an explanation of what they say. It's not what my insides say. So part of what the seven families said that the Nordics and all them is not what has been spread. Because the tall whites description, part of it was in the negative. It was like the men in black. I don't know other way to say or be exact. Want to tell you to hold the situation down or you'll be dead. At least that's what later witnesses said. I don't know. I wasn't there. But life seems to closely compare. Science fiction becomes science fact. And I don't know no other way but to be exact. They've been telling us a tale since the tale's been told. Told it to our ancestors, now teach our children in the indoctrination centers to make sure that they don't know or just have very much splinters of the real information that happened to our family. So, to me, the tall whites are part of the problem, not part of the solution. That's what my empathic feeling tells me, and there's no illusion. My conclusion is not right for everybody, but I know what's right for me. Judge for yourself, look into yourself, so you will all see self-love in we. Because I love you, want the best for you. And that's the best thing that you can do. Just take care of you. Then take care of us. Take care of we. Take care of us all from sea to sea. And I don't know if that got much to do with the tall whites. But we gotta go hard with all our might. Words.
Words. Hey, we appreciate y'all stopping by. Once again, y'all, be greater, be excellent to each other. Big ups to all the sponsors. All right, Karen, take us out of here.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
One of these old days. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
God's gonna wipe away all our tears. He gonna wipe the tears. Man, know thyself.
Bullets or boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder and suicide.
Exactly. An eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
If you see something, say something.
Slave theory. Slave theory. Greed plus ego over fear. That's slavery.
Charity plus humanity times love is freedom.
Don't answer questions.
Question everything.
Fear is cap. It's all in your head.
It's only love. Different forms of it.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Healthy people. Heal thy people.
One thing I know for sure, hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Hey, they freed Big Meech. Free Larry Hoover, man. He must not be cooperating.
Free Jeff Ford.
He must not be cooperating either.
Well, they ain't been involved for a long time. They been
Yeah, but they never cooperated. They'll say be out. Not saying everybody was out cooperated, but yeah. All right, in my mind. I mean, you know, free all the guys, man.
Prison is slavery.
Hey, B, yeah. Walk on water.
Let's continue to move this mountain.
Move a mountain.
That mountain.
That's a big mountain, bro.
It's shorter every week.
How we supposed to do that?
Say all you need is the faith of a mustard seed. And I got knowing, and it's way more than that.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them?
I got mine.
In poverty, in hunger, in child abuse.